Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to Pot Squatch Roars. I'm your host, the Pot Squatch. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. I figured, you know what? Hell, why don't we bring you a little live stream show for a little bit and see how everybody's doing today? I got a bunch of defoliation and other chores to do in the garden, but you know, at the end of the day, while we're doing a live stream, I can kind of work on that a little bit, and then I'll just get to it after the live stream, if you know what I'm saying. How's everybody doing today? What's up, Charles Hankins? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Soil Life 420? What's up, Sticky Fingers 2169? What's up, James Rouse? What's up, Molly Pug? Pug? How do I say your last name? Could you spell the phonetics for me? What's up, Retarded Green Thumb? How you doing, my friend? Hey, thank you very much, John Smith. What's up, Girls Grow 2? Yeah, I know. I got a drink right here. What's up, Dirt? What's up, Bear Paw? What's up, Callie? What's up, Mr. C's Grow Live? What's up, Phil Trosky? What's there here? I'm trying to catch up here. What's up, Heckamaniac? Whatever that is. Sounds good, though. What's up, Wesley French? What's up, Mrs. Elite Nugs? What's up, Sticky Fingers 2169? Danny Snyder, what's up? What's up, Michael Scalf? What's up, Themisto G? Captain Flu? James Richmond, what's crack-a-lackins? Thuja Confusia, what's up? Home Morrissey was crack-lackin'. Regardless of autoflower or traditionally photoflowering cannabis, home Morrissey, nutrients for weed are still nutrients for weed. It doesn't change anymore going from from a photo than you would from one photo to another photo in terms of what their dietary requirements are. I'm a big fan of using Green Planet, so I rock the Green Planet newts, my friend. One second here, everybody. I'm trying to catch up so I can try to stay on top of everything. Hell yeah. Sounds good to me, retired Green Thumb. Josh Evisceration. Yo from BC. What's up, Josh Evisceration? I'm in BC too, baby. BC Bud. How often do you feed your plants some molasses? I actually haven't given them any this time, Nat. Just because, well, one, I don't have any. I need to kind of get down to the store there. Maybe I'll grab some the next day or two or something like that. Then we should be good to go. Michael Robinson. What's up? What's up, Michael? What's up, Cameron Price? What's up, Birdman? What's up, Jordan Pippin? What's up, Smokey McBongwater, Hector Perez, Mr. C? Grow Life, we did that one. Adam Squatch is here. Lost Art, what's up, Corey N? My goodness, this is a lot of people. I'm doing my best, Nicole. Home Morrissey. I think we got it all. Boom, boom. GG Tools. What's up, Scandinavia? How you doing? All right, we caught up now. That concludes the saying hello portion of our show. Hi, everybody. I'll still say hi to you if you show up after that point. Don't worry. But, just sitting here in the garden, yeah. I've already had to do a little bit of tying up on this one girl the last couple of days, but she's doing well. Might tighten a line or two that I'm seeing. But overall, the girls are doing very well. I'm very happy. Just clean my bongs. I'm so happy. Hell yeah, Alex Squatch. Think Rich B. When is the best time to add molasses to the plants? Late veg, early to mid flower. I don't normally run my molasses too late into flower. I usually cut it out a little bit before I start my flush, just because if you don't, that molasses taste just really sticks into your titties, and it's hard to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Brooklyn NY? What's cracking? Lefty's girl, beautiful. Yeah, girls are doing well. Definitely coming along. Got a little breeding programs going here. And then the other ones that we've pollinated there down on that end. And yeah, man, they're doing well. Oh man, I'll tell you. I mean, the titties is loving the double squatch lighting system. really working well for us. I'm loving the fact that this is a great test for the double squatches because these are the biggest plants that we've ever grown on YouTube. And so when we installed the double squatches, like the double squatches had a very big amount of work to kind of try to take care of and keep rocking and have the coverage, the intensity, and the power. Both to cover and penetrate, and let's be honest, like it's going really well. I'm very happy with what these ladies is doing. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you did, Heckler 420. Welcome to another one. Heck, Maniac, we will get toques when we sell some of the products. All of our money right now is tied up in the current hats, t-shirts, papers, grinders, etc. So once we sell some more products, there'll be more money present to bring on other products into the store. But until we sell a bit more, we're just going to have to wait on those toques, my friends. Yeah, retarded green thumb. Those two fixtures would represent a double squatch. So a double squatch is exactly what it sounds like. It's two big squatches run by a singular driver by the HLG Meanwell 480H24A, cranked out at 620 watt. Very nice, John Smith. I think you will be happy. They're doing really well. Yeah, I definitely love the molasses too. I just haven't had a chance to give them any because I don't have any. So I got to get back out to the store and get myself some new molasses. How can I get what you... Ramiro Rodriguez, can you repeat your question? I don't understand. That's funny, eat chicken. It's like I sense it through the weed titty forest. One second here, everybody. I'm going to go out and have a quick dirt. We got to run past very quickly that one, because as we learned in the other live stream the other night, there's this one section of the den where our office is, where it does not like receiving signal from the internet there. It just does not work very well. So every time we go through there, I run now. All right.
I think there's some. I don't think you have to differentiate.
One second here. I'm almost here. Beautiful, Adam. Hopefully it'll be there soon for you. I'm excited for you to receive your birthday present. What's up, Zombie Wolf 64 in the UK? How's it going? Well, you can't, Ramiro. I'm a personal ACMPR grower, but if you want to grow things that are like mine, start with a good lighting system. We sell those. We have our own lights. Start with good genetics, good soil, a very vast knowledge base. Always be reading, always be learning, and that's how you can get some of the best titties for yourself to grow your own. Good times. Jason Johnson, those are our companies. So they are called the Pot Squatch Grow Lighting Systems. There's the little squatch, the big squatch, and the double squatch. We have co-released those in partnership with the company Soul Strips, Photon Solutions out of California. If Adam's still here, could you please post the link to the lights for everybody, Adam? Beautiful, Rico. For the first 2 weeks, that's the best way to do it. You don't have to do it that much after the first couple of weeks, usually. Not usually, no. Home Morrissey. I have grown autos, but I'm not a fan of autos. It's going well, David Gauthier. How you doing, my friend? What's up, too drunk, too sloppy? What's up, baby? Well, did you at least get one sprout out of it, Janelle Wilson? What's up, Rebel Shield? Hey, Pot Squatch Man, are the double squatch just double the price? The website doesn't mention it yet. What? Well, if you buy a double squatch unit, it is slightly cheaper than buying two big squatches. If that's what you mean. What's the worst thing and good thing that's happened about growing outdoor and what I need to look for and the vitamins, the nutrients, minerals, and so should I use? Well, Ramiro, in terms of outdoor growing, the best thing is free light, low cost. And with the right soil and the right climate, you can pretty much fucking leave it. So in many senses, there's not tons of work, depending on area.
Worst things to avoid, pest infestations, which aren't horrible for outdoors, but things like if it gets really rainy near the end of your season or something, powdery mildew and bud rot have been prevalent not only here and where I am in Canada, throughout Canada and many other countries this year. Global warming's happening, or climate shift, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Things are different than they used to be. And it's a natural process that we're speeding the fuck up. Let's accept it. But at the end of the day, with greater wet season ends that have been happening in a lot of different places, I've noticed like it's been so bad this year for people like all over the world, just bud rot for days, man. I don't know, chicken. I don't even know if we would ever release our own nutrients. We might do it in partnership with Green Planet if they ever wanted to do that. But for now, I think I'm probably just going to try to get Green Planet's newts on our site for us. We got Jake's in. I'm going to upload that onto the website tonight, hopefully. Just figuring out the auto settings for the shipping on that shit. No, it's actually just quite chilly out here, Dr. J303. If you're noticing me be a little chilly, it's because it's a little chilly. I also am just like this. That's okay, Janelle Wilson. That happens. I mean, it's to be expected. It was a really weird seed. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel bad about that, Allison. What's crack-a-lackin' Aussie Big Buzz? How you doing, baby? Sounds about right. Too drunk, too soppy. Mine were very much the same. I was an egotistical prick with a very large tolerance, which is true. So I ate way too much. Woke up in the middle of the night, greening out. It was hilarious. Zappa didn't do drugs most of his life, but he did smoke weed at the end of his life when he was battling cancer, to my knowledge. So, Ramiro Rodriguez, that is a good question. I thought we were offering free shipping after a point, but I am not seeing it working on the site. So I've got to follow up with Soul Strips End on that one. The lights are all posted on the website. Double Squatch $5.99. I think the Big Squatch is $3.09. Because I never really look at it because it's just not one I normally use. I can't remember what the little Squatch costs. But again, link is in the chat there. If one of my mods can repost that, you can check that out, Ramiro Rodriguez. And I will have an answer in terms of the shipping conundrum or query for everyone very shortly. But, yeah. What's up, Brian in Oklahoma? What's up, James Richmond? What's up? Hell yeah, Mrs. Elite Nugs. Doing what we can, right? 2x2 with a 4 height. Yes, Eric Dornbach. Watch, though, that at 4 feet height, you're going to have to either train her out or flip fairly early. So just be careful on your stretch is my only recommendation. Unless you're doing an auto, then you should be okay, depending on what it is. Ramiro Rodriguez, our lights have been built to outperform and be cheaper and last longer than an HLG. So more than likely, my friend. I'm not sure the light you're referencing, but very good chance, yes. Oh, thanks, Joff Gambier. How'd you know that I actually do eat fucking pancakes? We call them pancakes. All the time. Doesn't matter time of the day. Sometimes I just need a flapjack. Hell yeah. Oh, Nicole Lenman, I get the same thing. I've got tons of, I've actually had reoccurring all summer. What do they call it? One of those fairy circles that was just over there. It was like right over there in the grass. And there was just totally like a fairy circle of shrooms all summer. One time the wife tried to go over it with the electric mower. The mower died 4 times every time she approached it. And I was like, beep. Okay, Chris Maddox says, Uncle Squatch, I need your help. Should I cut all my fan leaves off at some point during flowering? I've seen pro growers do that at the end. I'm just not sure at what week or should I even do it. Well, one, you should be defoliating in my personal style and 2 cents on your plants. Defoliating your plants is a way to maximize all your nodal sites, as well as to control kind of which ways plants are going to stretch a bit in terms of that. Let me just pause the TV here. I had it on so the dogs had something to watch while they were by themselves. But And then the technique or premise behind plucking all your fan leaves at the very end, okay, is to increase the bud density and track them out. It's a self-defense mechanism that your plant will basically register in and of itself. Yep, times change, retarded green thumb. All right, here, everybody. I'm going to try to catch up here. Cameron Price, what is the distance between the double squatches to achieve the prior rating on the map? 6 to 8 inches, I think, on those ones. Probably. They're meant to work as like a team together, so that's how I would do it. Probably. Oh, I'll go give you a rough measurement of what mine are in there right now. Is Jake's okay for dumb beginners, or will it fry my crop? No, it's totally okay. Just Michael, make sure you use it either how Jake's company tells you to do it, or I'll explain it to you. You can fry your shit if you use it incorrectly. It is not rocket science. It is not hard to use, but you do have to understand how to use it properly. How do you recommend collecting pollen when you have more than one female pollen male? Wait, what? How do you recommend collecting pollen when you have more than one female pollen male in the room? Well, Molly, the only real way to collect pollen and do it safely is to keep all males segregated by themselves. Do not keep different strains together. Grow them individually. When they're ready, cut them, dry them, hang them. All of that pollen is going to come out. What's left in the plant, you can put into a bag and beat it in the bag and then harvest it from the inside of the bag. It is a painstaking process. Adam did it for his first time to get that pollen together for me, and I taught him how to do that. And I'm sure Adam will tell you how much fun he had trying to do that. I don't pH, Bruce Huff. I only pH things if there's an issue. Everybody pHs shit way too fucking much, and it fucks with shit. Leave it alone unless you have a really bad naturally occurring pH off your water, especially if you're soil growing. Like, take care of the soil, take care of your plant, and you'll be fine. Unless you see certain signs of pH issue, I don't pH. Janelle Wilson popped a couple OG Lush sour diesel in their Plav in their place. Does that mean you're growing them? Yeah, we got a bunch of new stuff that we're going to be releasing fairly soon, Greens Gatlin. It's going to be lots of fun. What's up, Scrog? How you doing, baby? Bud tied on the West Coast. If you mean bud rot, yeah, there's been a lot of bud rot this year on the West Coast. I thought I had a case of bud rot, so I cut the bud completely off, and then I tore it open, and it was a damn caterpillar or worm, whatever you want to call it. Yes, so what it was is actually bud rot caused by the caterpillars, okay? That is common, a.k.a. Jimmy Dean. What's up, Chris? Bud rot is a scary bitch. Thank you very much for the support, Nate. Lujan, I know you will have you'll love the lights. I stand by the product. I really believe in that. I know Zombie Wolf 64. It's heartbreaking. Frank Zappa was weird enough on his own, yet people hated him for it, some of them, and I just never got that. I'm a big Zappa fan. Never got to see him, obviously, when he was alive, sadly, but I did see Dweezil Zappa does Zappa. It was awesome to be part of the experience. He's not quite his father, but I still had fun. What's up, Daniel Brindley? Man, how far behind am I right now? Josh Green, that's funny. Are your lights dimmable? I believe our drivers are compatible for potentiometers. I don't offer them typically because they're pointless in my humble 2 cents. I've played around with a lot of different dimmer switches or potentiometers to control it. And at least in a large grow space and the way I rock it with my styles of things, they're not really required. I find them a waste of time. 4x4 or 4x8, probably if you really want to go bigger, go home. 2 double squatches, and you'll crank out some titties in that 4x8, the red Next-Kin. What's the best time to cut your auto? Shauna Hoover, no different than a photo. When you deem it ready, give it, I like to give it 48 to 72 hours of darkness, then chop that baby. Can I cook with your light? No, they don't get that hot, Pathfinder. Sorry, you're not going to be able to cook on my light, sadly. It is a retrofitted heat sink that was at one point a cooking device, but yeah, no longer does it function in such a way. And if you were to use it for such, well, that would void the warranty there. So.
Michael Trammell, the smallest light we have is the Little Squatch. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact price. Can someone check that for me? And also post the link to the lights for me. Scrog says, on the Double Squatch, which for flowering, 2,700 or 3,500? I don't need to veg with them. If you're just going flowering, go 2,700 Scrog. I went 3,500 on mine because I wanted the duplicity of being able to do both. One day, Molly, we're looking into the legalities in Canada of that right now because things are changing, so we're trying to figure it out. Biker Squatch has not been seen. He's been up working on a rig as a mechanic, so he's been MIA. What do I use for nutrients? I'm a big fan of the Green Planet nutrients, Bruce Huff. I would use the 2,700, 5,700 for just flowers. Is that right? No, Michael Robinson, 2,700, 5,700 is a way to get a 3,400 intermix, which is very much the same as doing a 3,500, in my humble 2 cents. That one is also designed for the duplicity, shall we say, of both veg and flower. So go straight 2,700 if you're just wanting to flower, 2,800s and HPS. So do the math. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have seen Hermy glands on just localized areas and branches on plants. Definitely have. What's up, Jasantha 13th? How's it going? What's up, Abraham Duis? Okay, 1 second here. I'm just going to scroll all the way to the... Okay, it wasn't too bad. I was actually not that far behind. I'm just going to try to catch up then for these ones. Show me a bone, buddy. What do I got to do for a $100 discount? Please, brah. Anything. James Nadu, we are a new company. We make very little on the lights. The discount's already built into them. If you compare our Double Squatch unit to the price of an HLG, we beat that by $292. The main competitor is an HLG to us, actually. It's another light in the States. Can't remember the name of it. They go for like $1,400 or $1,500 in the States, and our Double Squatch will go toe-to-toe to them. We've already built the discount in, my friend. Maybe one day when we aren't small companies with limited purchasing power, we'll be able to do something. But right now, we are tiny companies who've already passed everything on to you. And we're making small lines on things as part of what mission statement is, all right? So, sorry, I'm not going to try to get frustrated with you there, but I'm just going to be very upfront about that. We're not marking it up, man. We already gave you the discount. Look at the listed retail and compare it to what competitors, man. Hashtag boom. Bruce Huff, I have never used a Predator mite, but I love the concept and premise of them, and I'm really always wanted to try some. Very cool idea. Well, thank you, Big Mac Creates. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. What can you do if you have a plant go partially herm? I'd probably, like, if you got like one branch that's herming on you, just cut the fucking branch off and remove it right away. If it's only a couple nanners on a branch or two, pluck them and watch like a hawk and hope for the best. If you get a savage infestation of herming, cut the bitch. Do what you can with it. Accept your losses, move on, because you do not want those nuts to go off in your room, or else you'll keep knocking up crops for many moons to come, and it will break your heart every single day that happens. Michael Robinson, you could totally do that if you're really wanting a far red 660 nanometer wavelength. My personal professional opinion is I think they're overrated. I don't think they're actually required to have your plant trike up or flower or do properly, because I've gone both ways on them with a lot of different tech over the years. So for me, I wouldn't really be stressed out about incorporating a 660 in there, but it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to not help. I just, in my personal opinion, it's not really overly required unless you want to go anal retentive on it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to hurt anything by incorporating that in, though, too, if that helps, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. Dude, it's like growing your equipment as a grower, especially when you're a newer grower. It's a long, slow, arduous process. We slowly built our toys over 2 years on the channel. It all started with a couple of little blurple lights from King LED, and it's just about slowly but surely moving things forward. And it always is. I mean, and at the end of the day, though, you get what you pay for with equipment. So that's why I've always worked really hard for what little things I do buy. Like, you know, I could buy a bunch of cheap crap, but I know it's going to burn out. So I save up a little bit more to get something a little bit better so I can trust it a little bit more and just keep it on rocking. RCCJ, you're the man, bro. Oh, thanks, man. You the man, too. What's up, Freedom Grower? What's crack-a-lacking, baby? What kind of car did you sell, Aussie Big Buds? Been growing in 95 to 103. It's been daily bud watching. Oh, I feel you, Christian. Milando Rosa. Where are you from, my friend? After rosin press, which one? Crazy Train. I don't buy rosin presses. I buy plates and controllers, and then I'll retrofit my own shop press. Is usually the best way to go. So I bought an H-frame shop press. Bought it at Canadian Tire on sale for $209, and then I ordered my plates and controller from Canna Plates. Hell yeah, Aussie Big Buds. Much love to you, baby. What's my thought on a swamp cooler? Do you mean where you're naturally using the cool temperatures of swamp and swamp water to cool the ambient temperature of like a greenhouse? Is that what we're talking about? House of Russell. And I don't know tons about them if that's what we're talking about. I think it's pretty rad, the basic concept. I've never worked with one, but I think it's a nifty premise, and I love low energy cost ideas to perform a function in terms of grow and indoor growing or greenhouse growing. So I think that's pretty cool. No, Michael Trammell. Well, one, I could just do my tap water comes out of the 37, which is not too bad. There's a fair amount of chlorine in our water here, but I run it through a reverse osmosis system, typically coming out at 2 to 4 parts per million. Yeah, so Big Mac crates, if you're not going to utilize AC to deal with it, you're going to have to use air movement. Back in the hood days, we used a lot of cool tube systems. So you kind of keep the heat by the bulb, but then run a bunch of air through it to remove that heat out. So that's one way we always did, you know what I'm saying? Stone M, could my little Squatch replace a 200 watt HPS? It'd be close. You'd be better off doing a big Squatch, to be fair. Yeah, probably better off doing that. It'd be close with a little Squatch. I haven't really played with it. And even when I was an HPS grower for years, I never really used 400 watts. I was always a 1,000 watt guy, rocking fluorescence, to be honest with you, for vegging most of the time back in the hood days, or some small metal halides. But yes, Alex Squatch. A double Squatch wouldn't even fit in a 3x3x8. Big Squatch is going to be the way you want to go on that one, Alex Squatch. If you had an extra foot on there, you could have fit a double Squatch in there, and it still would have been a lot, but it would have worked. Captain Flu. Also, are you going to clean up the girls at the bottom? Yes, I've already cleaned them up a bunch initially, but they're definitely due for a bunch of cleaning on the bottoms there. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go through and do that as well, Captain Flu. Probably after this live stream. Oh, nice. Very nice. Grand MGT, very sexy. Yeah, good point, Daniel Brindley. I mean, humidity would be a thing, but we weren't talking about it in terms of... But no, that's a very good point. It would bring up the humidity a lot, so... Brandon Vizell, usually about, depending on how you run your rig, it's going to usually be about... Typically, for most setups, 60 to 70% of the power consumption on 1,000 watt. Depending on how you've got your driver set and how you're running it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah, Christian, Maldonado Rosa. I mean, I love growing. Even if I wasn't a medical patient and I was just a stoner, even if I didn't even smoke the shit, I love growing pot. It's one of my favorite things, man. What's up, Steve G? How you doing, baby? Double Squatch, Shauna Hoover. Double Squatch it up, baby. On a 5x5, go double Squatch. I think I'm a fan of my titties being amber. I love like a good 15 to 40% ambering. I've even gone higher than that, but yes, I'm an indoor grower, Christian Maldonado Rosa. Yes, I'm an indoor grower, my friend. I can do outdoor. I help a lot of people with outdoor, but I personally, for myself, I grow indoors. Am I a fan of Bubble Man? I don't even know what Bubble Man is, my friend Brandon Vizzle. Would you ever put up outdoor grow videos? Maybe eventually, if I ever owned a property where I can do it outdoors. I'm not going to do it in my neighborhood here.
Don't need the prying eyes of people, even if it is illegal, because I have a license. So I probably would wait until I owned an acreage or had a place that was safe outdoors that I could do it. So yes, Retarded Green Thumb. I've smoked a lot of Vancouver Island God Bud. I've actually got a Platinum Cookies God Bud hybrid cross strain in our repertoire that we used to rock early on in this channel. We called it the Donkey Penis Bud plant. Hell yeah, Shane Birdsell. I can't wait to see you rocking it. I mean, so far the people have been receiving their lights and sending me pictures of them using them and shit. It's just been so cool, and it's been really surreal to me. So, it's been a lot of fun. Please look up Hash Church when you're done here. Oh, happy to. Michael, can you also send me a message on the Instagram so I don't forget, because my memory's a little fucked sometimes. Well, I know Bubble Bags. The original Bubble Bags that came out were called Bubble Bags that I remembered when I was a kid. So definitely a big fan of Bubble Bags and Bubble Hash. So hats off to him. I'll have to check it out. Hats off to him too for developing the process of realizing the sort of the different size natures of trichromes and potency, and that we could separate them out. So yeah, big shout out to him on that one. Lord knows I've used the technique a fuck ton over the last 15 years. What about a Gorilla Grow? Not really my style anymore, Stone Dem. Don't really do that anymore. I do it on a friend's property or my own. Back in the hood days. Maybe, but not anymore. What's up, Rich Ham? How you doing? Curing is an ongoing process at all times. So I begin my curing. Usually, I don't really smoke it for the first 4 weeks, and then I'll start tapping or dabbing into my little stash there. But then it keeps curing throughout its lifetime until I smoke all of it. So. Yeah, Jordan of the Islands was Vancouver Island God Bud reworked just from their company. So it's a really good strain. I've worked with their genetics before. Retarded Green Thumb. It's a good time. Yo, what's up, Ajahn Moon? How's Bangkok going? Is it hot right now or is it cold in Bangkok? Sad Buddha, we are looking into the legalities. So that is purely a function of one, legality. Two, I will not release a strain until it's properly stabilized. Everybody thinks that just crossing a strain with one strain is making a strain. It is not. One must cube a strain before it is a proper strain, which is genetically stabilizing through selective inbreeding and basic eugenics premise utilized in terms of it. So we will not release anything until they're ready and also legally able to do so. Michael DP Co. I'd say there's a lot of guerrilla growers still out there. It's a big country, mostly woods, so I'd be shocked if there isn't. Captain Flu, I've never really measured it. The den and my lab, my office, and then the den there, or the den, which is my office, and the lab is about 400 square feet or so. Hey, no worries, Adam Squatch. All good, baby cakes. Oh shit, 123. That's a new record, everyone. We just hit 123. We're down to 121 now. Excuse me. But we hit 123 just now. That was a new personal record. There we go. Hashtag boom. Hell yeah, right? And that's what the cool thing I think about our community and the Pot Squatch Growers Army and the community that we've all created together is that we are quite literally all over the fucking world. People are sitting in Bangkok watching, throughout Europe watching, throughout Canada, throughout the States, throughout Australia, New Zealand, all over the fucking place. And we're all sitting together and hanging out and watching. Okay, Stan Ulk. There is no way to identify a feminized seed. Not a thing. Stan Ulk, how do you make a feminized seed? It's by force herming a plant to trigger its self-defense mechanism. So it's a female plant growing male glands and male pollen, but that male pollen is made from a plant that has genetic female material only. So you use that female-based male pollen, if that makes sense, to knock up your plant. And that is how you do it. Hell yeah. Aussie Big Buds has got a video where he's made on that premise. So check it out, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Ted Farmer. 125, new record. We just broke a new record. 125 people. Not fucking bad. Shauna Hoover, they should be milky looking. I like to leave my titties, Shauna, until a little bit later. I like 10 to 40% amber, depending on what I'm growing. What's up, KGB 00000001? Hey, thank you, Enrique Soto. Much love to you and NY, my friend. Willie Glassy, hey Squatch, how's it going? Glad to see you're live. I've been missing your vids. Hey, no worries, Willie. I'm glad you're here too and checking it out and hanging out. Thank you very much, Bruce Huff. I appreciate that. Brandon Bizzles in Rhode Island. What's crack-a-lack in Rhode Island? Philippines is in the house too. Hell yeah, Nat V. What's up, Squatch? Just got home from work, cracked a Bud Light and rolling up some Blueberry OG. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm drinking some Bud Light too, my friend, but I'm smoking some hash plant. Real hash plant, not that government crap. Hell yeah. Crazy Trains over on Vancouver Island. Very nice. What's up on the island from the interior valley of BC? I have to check it out, Danny Snyder. I am really excited about the new strains we're developing too. I think they're going to all be really off the hook, and I think you're all going to be very blown away by what they end up turning into. Yes, I have Big Mac Creates. I do voiceover. I'm a professional actor, writer, comedian, and filmmaker. Still trying to break out in many senses, but I have done some voiceover. I have done some small television stuff and film. I was a stage actor for most of my life. I am still fighting for that, infamous breakout, but we'll get there. But yeah, I'm a professional actor, writer, comedian, and filmmaker, so we're doing my best to be. Hey, thank you very much, Co-op Grow Up. I appreciate the love. Oh yeah, often it was the crap that would have been exported back in the hood days, retarded green thumb, except to certain areas maybe. But I usually like anything with the 30% THC level or higher. This mob is new, and I do not know what the THC level is. See, that's the thing. Everybody's all about THC level now, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, it didn't used to be like that. There's over 468 psychoactive chemicals and cannabinoids in THC that make up the whole thing. THC isn't just the one thing that gets you feeling good. So it's like, I've smoked strains that were only 18 or 20% THC, but they get you vastly more tanked than things that are 32. So I'm just saying, like, it's not just about THC. We all need to remember that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? One second here, everybody. I'm trying to read and catch up here. Michael Robinson. You can't really properly stabilize a strain through feminized route. True feminization to make a stable feminized strain from a new developed strain is you got to use a traditional plant, typically, in my opinion, to stabilize it. And then once you have a stabilized phenotype that you're working with for that, then you can go force pollinate yourself, and boom, there you go. Now you have your feminized seed of that strain. That's how I would do that. One second here, everybody. What's wrong, Robert? Why are you sad today, my friend? Oh no, I know, Christian. A lot of people think that I coined the term weed titties. That's a me invention. I've been basically saying it the whole channel. Just kind of came out of my mouth one day and I kind of stuck with it. But I like it. It's even on our company t-shirts. So Thomas Minish, we build every light custom order. So once you've ordered your light, we start building it for you. Usually, typically a production time, depending on how many things are sitting on the table at the factory. Like from start to finish, about 2 days to get the whole rig put together. We vet it once it's complete. We vet it for at least an hour to an hour and a half. We test all operating parameters of the light. If it does not receive a
full across the board straight A's report card as a rig. It will not go out to you. To my knowledge, we are the only company that bets every single rig, especially to the level that we do, before we send it out. So typically, it'll be about a week, usually, to try to get it into the mail. Depending on where you are, then that's the kind of the post answer there. But usually, it takes us about a week, anywhere from like 4 to 7 days, to get it all assembled and ready for post. Between the build, vetting, blah 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 blah, depending on how many rigs we got being built on the tables that we have, right? So you know what I'm saying. Oh hell yeah, Adam! I'm pretty stoked to see what the Black Death seeds do too. My seedlings look droopy, but aren't over/underwatered. How old are they, Jake Yokubowski? Because what you're going to see with a plant is you're going to have an initial bicuspid that's developing roots, and then after that development, you'll have a small explosion where it's going to go to 2 to 3 to maybe 4 nodal levels, and then at which point it's going to slow down a little bit where it builds its next sort of set of roots where it's going to blow up to the next level of vegetation. So it all depends on age thing, and that doesn't necessarily mean I'd have to see some pictures too. What are my temps for drying? Do I use an air conditioner to dry? No. Ajon Mun. During the summer, don't run AC. So whatever the ambient temperature of my house at the time is what it's going to be for drying. I do control my humidity, and I watch that. I don't like going above 50, and I don't really like going below 50 either when it comes to drying. I find 50 is a nice, perfect, happy medium. But when it comes to the temps during winter, again, I would probably just use the ambient temperatures. If it's super chilled, it's super chilled. I'm not worried about that. So I super chill my plants, whether it's summer or winter. It's just easier to do in the winter before harvest. So, yeah. Jinx proof, Joff Gambier. Actually, Nancy Budwell is friends with the guy who is Jinx proof, or whatever his name is. I've actually got some strains. I'm going to be running some of them in this next run. So Firefly was created by Jinx proof. These strain crosses were created by Nancy Budwell, who's a friend of his. So I've got AC/DC crossed with Firefly from Jinx proof. Firefly's Jinx proof, and then I've also got Bubba Cherry crossed with Firefly, but those were created by Nancy Budwell. We're going to be rocking some of those. And this was gifted to us. I can't remember who sent these ones. Who sent me these ones? These Bubba Kush seeds. Someone sent them to me. I'm going to be using them in my breeding program now too, and I'm going to cross them and selectively breed and stabilize them out with the Death Bubba Kush pollen as well. I'm going to make like a Squatch Bubba or something like that. It'll be interesting. I prune my roots for keeping mother plants a long term. I don't do them on a run though. Alberta for life says, "How's the weather?" It's chilly. We've had a lot of rain, tons and tons of rain, and it's chilly now. It's autumn, but no snow or anything. Okay. Well, exactly. Stan Oak, it's called the Black Death after the plague. Like, that's the whole point of it. All of those strains, predominantly from this breeding series that Adam and I are currently putting together, have kind of dark names. Like the Violator Death Bubba Kush, Violated Death Kush, Necrophilia. Good times. So we've got a bunch of cool twisted names to go along with these things just for the fun of it. So, Crazy Train. My favorite species is Indica. Within Indica, I love the Kush family. Dana Eurostigui was crack-a-lackin'. Do I smoke roaches? Hell yeah. I mean, I don't ever roll a straight roach joint, but for example, if I have a roach in the thing and I wake up in the morning, I'll smoke those in the morning before I roll a joint. Tony Redicop, I'm going to be stabilizing for 4 generations, Tony. Yes, and they also got busted here in Canada for lying about contaminated pot, which was the real big one there. Sad Buddha, going with anything that has sort of Middle Eastern sort of heritage. So Afghani Kushes, different Afghani style plants would be a really good choice, given the climate of what you're describing. Is it dry? He says it's a dry climate, so I would go like do some Afghani Kush, Afghani skunk, something like that. Stoned M, no, there's no way my full grow could go to seed because I used very tiny amounts of pollen. All fans were off, and I paid very close attention. At worst, a couple flecks of pollen may have gotten on a bud around the buds I did, but that's it. Most of it will be completely fine. There's just physically, there wouldn't be any pollen in there to do it, right? So. Oh, Michael, my hash plant's got a very funky, kind of skunky, earthen aroma to it with this funky swagger. I don't know how to describe that. And then there's a subtle sweetness to her. She got a sweet, sort of a sweetness to her finishing note, but she's funky. And this hash plant is very much the smell and taste I remembered from childhood back in the day with hash plant. It's just got this fucking amazing taste. I actually almost like it better after I've smoked half of it, put the joint out. Then I like that half joint, and just that taste of it is amazing. And there's not a lot of strains where I can honestly say that worked that way for me. Yes, Themisto G. There are kits out there that can do. Some of them work better than others. It's not going to be the same as a lab test, but it does a basic amount for it. I actually posted one of the new kits that just came out. I don't know if it's any good, but I just saw it the other day to the Facebook group. So remember, everybody, check out our Facebook group, the Pot Squatch Growers Community on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, go and add or join the group, and one of me or the other mods will accept you. Our Snapchat is the Pot Squatch. Our Instagram is Pot Squatch Growers. We've got a Twitter, which is at Pot Squatch Grow, because I couldn't fit growers in. So, you'll win some, you'll lose some. Well, thank you, Michael Trammell. I'm glad I bring laughter into your life. Last 2 weeks, Shauna Hoover. I flush for 2 weeks is my style. Hey, no worries, Eric Richards. That's what we're all here for. Yes, we can show you the titties in just a moment. Let me have a piss. Let me have a piss and a cigarette, and then I'll take you into the titties. Greens Gatlin. I always find that having it kind of really cranking is always better on your scrubbers. Faster, harder air movement means harder, faster scrubbing of the smell out of the air. It just means though, if you're cranking it through your filter will last less time. It's got a set time of the amount of air that can be moved through it, and then it eventually will lose its ability to effectively scrub out the smell of your cannabis, right? So at the end of the day, I run mine hard and fast, where some might get 2 years out of theirs. I'm lucky to get a year and a half. What's up, the Unknown Woman channel? That will help a bit, Doc Holiday. And if it's going super airy, try pinching the tips. It's a technique called back building. Not a big fan of it, but sometimes you have to do it.
So pinch your tips of your buds, and it'll start back building, which will increase density. Start giving them some club soda, maybe that'll help. Also, too, better nutrition. Maybe a big part of it is also they're just not having the proper nutrients to build that density. Or at the end of the day, it just could be fucking genetics, and you're fucked. To be honest, I'm not trying to be a dick, just being honest. But yeah. Nat V, I like making super soils, and I use a bunch of different things. I love using bone meal and blood meal and worm castings, etc., and all of my shit, different imported back guanos. But my super soil recipes are very expensive, so I typically just buy Pro Mix. It's very cost effective, works very well. I use the Pro Mix cut with some cocoa, so you got to watch out for the thripes on that. But for a basic, affordable premix soil, it works extremely, extremely well, and it's kept me happy. So, especially for a low cost way to go, it's the way to rock it. Yeah, it is funny to watch Matt Norris when they try to walk through it. They do not like it. It's called Diatomaceous Earth, my friend, or DE for short. Captain Flu, Adam will post that for you, I think. Adam, post the post podsquatchgrowers.com. Michael Scalp, as long as they are a photoperiod plant, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. The 12 hours on is less important than the 12 hours off. You have to have a certain amount of darkness for enough rooting hormone to be produced, flowering hormone to be produced within the nodal areas of the plant to trigger flower, which is what's triggering that plant to shift its energy from growing up and growing branches to growing some titties. Hey, Pot Squatch from Michigan. Hey, I'm trying to grow some strawberry crack. Have you ever try that strain? I've grown green crack. I've grown strawberry cough. So it could be an intermix of those. Never strawberry crack though. Shauna Hoover, 2 to 3 weeks from the finish. Adam Squatch, 12 and 12, unless here, then 20 and 40. I'd go 18-6 on an auto myself, Adam, but that's just me. I don't even like them, so don't listen to me. I just finished my first grow one of my plants, stress hermaphrodite, and pollinated my other plants. Was wondering if that meant the seeds from the other two females that were pollinated would be feminized. In theory, yes, they should be. However, you need to remember, though, co-op, grow up, given that it was a naturally occurred stress-induced herming, there is a higher risk and potential of herming plants. So when growing those seeds out, watch for that. But that doesn't mean they can't turn out far. Gorilla Glue number 4 and all the Gorilla Glues came from a hermy fuck up. So there you go. What's up, Corey Course? I'm doing well. How you doing, my friend? That's awesome, Christian. Oh, did you order like a beer delivery, Aussie Big Buds? Sad Buta. I don't really have a breeder recommendation for Afghani Kush. I do have an Afghani Kush here that is from a breeder. Let me see what it says. This Afghani Kush is from World of Seeds, cannabis seeds around the world. Worldofseeds.eu. They're collector seeds, supposedly. I'm assuming they have a number of. So these are basically stabilized out for market land races, as I'm assuming. So supposedly they've got, their Afghan Kush, their Pakistani Valley and Wild Thailand are all stabilized from land races. Africa Pure Origin Collection. You got a Kedemba, an SA, KwaZulu, and a Kilimanjaro. And then a South American with Colombian Gold and Brazil, Amazonia. So yeah, long story short, that's where my Afghani Kush came from. Yeah, so go to worldofseeds.eu if that is still a website. I bought mine in person from the company when they were at the Lift Expo. I wasn't there, but my buddy was, so I got him to get him some for me. But what's happening, Flippy Dippy? What's up, Great Peep? Near son Casimir. That's funny, near son Casimir, but thank you. A little creepy, but I dig it. That's funny. Hey, you can do it, Big Mac Creates. Bag seed doesn't mean fuck. It can be awesome. That's right, Reverend Veritas. Taking a piss with the Boscotch. Okay, how far behind am I? Holy shit. Okay, so for everyone or everyone that I've missed their messages just now, I apologize. $5.99 Theodore Hall. The double squatch is $5.99. Adam Squatch, if you're there, could you please post the link and all that again? Oh, I guess you already did do that. What's the cost of a little squatch, Adam? I can't even remember. I remember the big squatch, but I don't remember the little squatch. Oh, nice, David. How did that South African KwaZulu turn out? Was it good? What were your thoughts? And don't worry, I will show you the titties in a moment. I'm just going to go for a quick cigarette, and that will be all right. Okay, MDZ87Do. Don't feel bad for asking. It's one of the most commonly asked questions for new growers. You're going to watch out for your trichrome coloration. There's a bunch of other secondary signs that you can use, but for a new grower, don't worry about ever worrying about any of that crap. I'll teach you that later. For now, you need to get a jeweler's loupe. Time 60 illuminated jeweler's loupe with time 60 magnification is the best. You can get away with 30. You can order one off Amazon for like 10 or 16 bucks. But you're going to use that backlit. It needs to be a white backlight so you can see the color of the trichromes. And then you're going to look. I like to go for 10 to 15 up to 40% ambering trichrome. If you see fully milky or cloudy trikes, basically, that means it's basically at its highest THC point. But again, when it starts converting to CBN, that THC is converting over. That's that ambering. I like a decent amount of ambering on that. You can use your phone to do it, but they aren't great. I've yet to see a phone zoom app that works perfectly. It's just kind of okay. A jeweler's loupe is the best way to go. Corey Kors, we actually are releasing grow papers. Rolling papers. They actually have been on order. We ordered them the same time we ordered all the shirts and the hats. They just haven't shown up. But they will eventually show up. They are technically being shipped here right now. We're just waiting for surface post, it seems. So, but they'll show up. And then we'll have pot squatch growers on me, rolling papers. Well, they just say pot squatch growers on them in the YouTube and shit, but still. No, I have not tried Waikiki strains, Danny Snyder, but I do have a rare golden indica from 40 years ago from the Oahu Islands, which is pretty nifty. Jason Thompson, a grower friend who has a male, watch for your males, don't kill them, learn how to deal with them, and that's the way to do it. Yeah, we should have had the papers, Corey, like a month or a month and a half ago. Still don't have them, but they'll show up soon. Yeah, that could work, Stan. But for me, like I'm a big believer on the bitching and swearing of trying to get something to focus under magnification when I can just use a jeweler's loupe. It costs $16 for a good one. I'm just gonna order a $16 jeweler's loupe and use that one because that's just better. Nice, Mannequin. I've got this square bowl in my bong, which I quite enjoy. When I saw it, I was like, fuck, I've never seen a square bowl before, man. I gotta get the square bowl. If I cut out a branch with a cola, what? MD, what's the first part of that question? MD, I'm confused. What's up, MB Boyak, by the way? So, Adam also answered my question too. Or was it? Wait, sorry, everybody. Thank you, Adam. 229 for the little squatch. I'm doing well, Cody Monco. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, you did, Reef Will. So, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the show. I'll show everyone the one I use. Battery's almost dead on. I gotta get a new battery. Sadly, we don't have like 1,000-year batteries. Could you imagine the reduction of waste alone? What's up, Cloud? How you doing? Well, you'd have to root that branch first, MDZ87do. I actually just released a video yesterday on how to control breed a singular branch in your grow. Watch it. Released it yesterday. It's been on the internet for like 24 hours, if that. Check it out. What's up, Mr. B? Doji dude, give your dog yourself new battery. Stop disliking. What? I don't understand, Doji dude. Nice. It's doing well up here in Kanaja. No worries, MD Z87 do. That's actually what I find really funny. Is like the exact question you're kind of asking about. I just released a video yesterday on, so it's like, haha, check out the video, you'll be good to go. All right, I'm almost done this smoke, and then we can show you the plants. Who's excited for that? Titties. Titty time, titty time, titty time. Who's ready for titty time, titty time, titty time? Who's ready for me titty time, titty time today? Well, I hope you have a plentiful return, Rick Collins. Oh, it's chilly out. Hey, thank you very much, MB Boyak. You know, it's been slowly going, and store's been open for a month and a bit now. Light's been on market for roughly 2 weeks, and it's going really well so far. Oh, man, I'm sorry, Manic Cam. No, I love you, Manic. It's probably true, actually, Michael, because it was proving very hard to do it the way I needed to do it and not being able to shoot it myself. All I did was take a Q-tip with a little bit of pollen on it and gently knock up every little bud by gently rubbing pollen onto it very ever so carefully with all fans off, and then I bagged it. No, I didn't. I ended up using a Q-tip. Titties. Here, let me readjust the elephant here so I can stand here in the middle. There we go. Oh, I know it's hard to shoot a lot of things, man. Some of the shit I've shot for YouTube over the last couple of years and managed to do it on my own, I'm fairly astonished by, to be honest. To be honest, a little proud of myself. Wonder if I can zoom on this. Can I zoom? Oh, I can zoom! Sweet, I didn't know I could do that. Zooming. Zoom out, there we go. But yeah, the girls are getting happy.
I'm very happy. 3 weeks of flower was yesterday, and the girls are loving the double squatches. Double squatches are definitely keeping up, kicking ass, and taking names on top of these titties, I'll tell you. Actually, no. They've actually had more than enough nitrogen. I've actually cut nitrogen out of their diet recently. It is just the camera that you're, the way it's processing light. There. If I put my hand over it, you can see a better color representation of the plants. They've actually had too much nitrogen. So I was getting mild hooking on a couple of branches. So I've cut the nitrogen out for now. Well, it's early on. We're just starting to get the first trikes on some of these ladies, but they are starting to get their initial trike action going on. By next week, we'll have some serious, nice trike action going on, I think. That's my prediction. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom out. There we go. Derek Richards. Hooking means when you have nitrogen toxicity in your leaf, see how this leaf tip here is nice and pointed and just sticking out? If you see your tip going like this naturally on its own, you see that? If it looks like that, but you didn't do it and it's just doing it on its own, that's called nitrogen toxicity. Learning certain things to look for in your plant. I call it plant psychology, learning to speak weed titty plant. If you learn to speak weed titty plant, then your plants are going to tell you what's going on. So that's why I've kind of cut the nitrogen part of the grow mix out. So on the last couple feeds, I've only been doing the bloom, the micro, some coffee, and some humic acid. The humic acid will exacerbate the nitrogen toxicity initially, but help to treat it in the long run because it's going to speed the uptake of nitrogen that exists, get it used, get it out, get it done. Logan, just cut your grow. There's nitrogen obviously in the other two parts. Well, not in your bloom usually, but in your micro. But don't worry about that. Just cut out the green or the grow, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, man, I'd love to grow some Viking weed. That'd be super cool. Yes, I know stinky colas, but my nitrogen toxicity was not coming from the coffee or coming from the other parts. It was coming from the grow part of the 3-part. By thus eliminating the grow from my 3-part, keeping everything else the same, and then upping a humic acid uptake, we're able to transition the plant slowly, naturally into a more beneficial axiome. You know what I'm saying? You dropped the phone in your reservoir? That's bad. But I'm glad it survived, though. Yeah, Michael, I find, though, typically that is going to be attributed to a few other things. Super dark green leaves and then seeing hooking is the #1 things to look out for. There's a lot of other things that when it comes to that weird coloration of the dark greens, it can be. So it's always good to remember that too, in my humble 2 cents. I'd also like to point out, though, just look at how well these Afghanis are already coming together into colas. Like, I'm going to try to get my elephant a little closer here so I can try to use my gorilla arms to get a little bit of a closer shot here for all of you. But, like, they're already coming together into these sexy colas. 3 weeks was yesterday, and they're already doing that. So that's where I'm really excited for breeding a strain where we cross this with Death Bubba. That fast, super stacked, super cola top pheno action, you know we're going to be fucking breeding this girl out to maintain that. Oh, I'm really very much looking forward to this. And also the Violator Kush cross with this, I think is going to be awesome too. Bullish Bear, I use Green Planet nutrients. I use their 3-part system. Sometimes I mix in a little bit of Medi-1. I'm using their humic acid for soil. I use just leftover coffee for my coffee in the morning. I use a lot of random shit. Oh, no worries, Bullish Bear. Happy to play catch up on that one. Thank you very much, Corey Cores. Light green, Michael, with hooking is still going to be nitrogen toxicity. Yeah, you'll be fine. Just chop it, grow, Raymond. You'll be fine. Maybe do it a dip if it's an outdoor. Hell yeah, Reef will so. That's going to be a crazy strain. Well, thank you, Corey. I think I have nice titties, too. Ha, 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 ha. Jax 321. No, I have not, Bullish Bear. Never heard of it, to be honest with you. Green 13. Michael Montgomery or one of my other moderators. Please share the link in the live stream. Thank you, Adam. That is the link there, my friend. Where's my beer? Did I drink it already? Did I drink my beer? God damn it. 1 second here, everybody. Do. Titties, titties everywhere. Titties, 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 seated titties, titties, seated titties, titties. Okay, I gotta find my beer. I believe I finished it. So, our mission, should I choose to accept, I'm gonna go get another beer, and we'll come right back into the grow here. No worries, Green 13. We've got your back, my friend. We are the Pot Squatch Growers Army, and we, the Wee Titty People, stand united. Divided we shall fall. Together we shall reign supreme. Me native. How hot do our lights get? Well, our lights typically have an operating temperature of about 50 to 60 centigrade. But here, without actually getting up into it and being all like, okay, here's some numbers, let me show you something else. 1 second here. Michael, because they like coffee. My titties like coffee. It's good for daddy. It's good for them. All right. So I got a beer. We'll open that in a second. But I got to show my new friend something in terms of the question. So who asked that question? Who was it? Here. What's my cell phone power at? I got enough. I could turn the screen brightness up just a smidgen. It'll help me read everybody's comments. All right. Who said that? Oh, it's me, Native. So me, Native. Check out this out, my friend. Okay? Okay. So you see this right here? This is a big squatch here. This thing's been running since noon today. I am holding it. My hand is on it. I'm still holding it. It is getting hot. It is running hot. But my hand is not burned. I don't know about you and how long you've been growing, but a lot of us growers who've been doing this for a while who used to use traditional HID. Any of you got a scar from an HPS or a metal halide? I know I got a couple. They're mostly gone now, but they were there for years. A kiss from a traditional HID light is a fucking scarring one. And to that, I'll drink to that. Oh, Christian Maldonado Rosa. If I had any Caribbean native species, I would. Native land races from around the world are one of my biggest passions in terms of growing. So hell yeah, I would. Mature Mac. Well, it's got a lot of good fucking nutrients. It's a very positive pH, the coffee. Coffee is an optimal pH for cannabis. Tomato plants, too. They just fucking love the shit. Lots of nutrients in there. Makes them happy. I actually think the caffeine helps to perk them up a bit, too. To be honest. I actually think that the caffeine plays a positive role in terms of the plant feeding, growing, and maximizing itself. But that's also just a theory on that part for me. It's just a gut vibe. Jason, typically to have a rooting on a re-vegging clone is 3 to 6 weeks. And re-veg typically can take 3 to 6 weeks. Grow Prodigy, I'm trying to understand. I've grown LED and HPS, but I'll tell you right now, something about that HPS, it just gets a denser butt. I don't actually agree with you, Grow Prodigy. I think that when you have the proper amount of light and the proper lights going, and these are better than an HLG, with especially if you're doing a large grow with the CO2 setup, the proper nutrition, I actually get buds just as dense, if not denser, with LED. Plus, especially when comparing also the terpene and cannabinoid cook-off with the traditional HID system. For me personally, I'm not into that. Usually, in terms of my coffee usage, I usually put a half cup to a couple gallons of water. Oh, I feel you. Call me the breeze. Well, you're in my garden. Maybe that kind of helps. Christian Maldonado Rosa. If you are back in Puerto Rico one day and you would like to send me some native stuff from there, I would always humbly accept. That would be wonderful. I love seeing international stuff. It's one of my favorite things in the entire world. No, me native. Red stems are typically indicative of improper feeding and your pH being off. I got purple stems up on my girls, so. Bum, 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 titties, titties, titties. Sorry, I'm just having fun right now. Oh, I love how these Afghanis are already stacking up the way they are. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. Nat V, typically if you were to put seeds in the mail, as long as you package it in something that's an aluminized polymer, which basically means like Mylar or something like that, put it in a hard case so that even if they try to crush it at customs, it should make it through. You should be fine. Just put it in an envelope. That'd be my guess. That is true, Bullish Bear, but also if you look into when that magnesium issue is going on, there's normally a very big pH off as well. Which one came first, magnesium or pH? I'm going to lean towards the pH issue, and where it's then hitting the magnesium requirement to try to compensate, but that's just my personal opinion on it. Oh, purple stems are a good thing. It's not bad. Purple's good. Purple is a good thing. Good genetics and good feed in a properly fed cannabis plant. Wow, purple stems means positive things. It means proper feed and a happy plant, in my humble 2 cents. Especially on most of the types of genetics that I typically grow. For example, there's almost no purpling on these Afghanis. There's a little bit coming out on some of the initial families, but the rest of it, there's very little purpling anywhere. But it's still fire, and she's going crazy, so. Psychedelic trader, it could have been a bunch of factors. I'm still going to say, though, your phenotype was probably the biggest thing, for show. Too drunk, too sloppy. I hate when thieves happen, man, but don't go kill somebody, okay? Don't go kill people. I want to try zooming again. Zooming. Boop, 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 boop. How close can we get to it? That's as close as we can go, Captain. Ah, crap.
I hand water small crops. Grow Prodigy, when I'm running a fairly large setup, I will do an auto water, but it's still small controlled with small segregated reservoirs. So I'm still hand mixing each small batch the same way. So if I was running a larger setup, I'd do it that way. But these are hand watered. Hell yeah, Big Tree Farms. You could sense it in the pot squatch force. Grow Raymond, you're looking at them. My company's lights are the most affordable HPS replacement light on the market. We beat HLG's price. There's another light down in the States for something that does what this double squatch does is $1,500 USD. These are $599. So you're looking at them, bud. Right there, bud. Oh, I know. A lot of people are just stoners who have never grown, have no real concept of the amount of time, work, and passion that goes into making the best weed titties. Big Tree Farms, again, I normally just use my 3-part. I don't use any weird tricks to just a good 3-part with molasses really just works really well for me. Either using a Pro-Cal, Epsom salts. I mean, cook down some banana peels if you want to add into that. It'll be great. Yeah, no, they're doing really well. I mean, let's put it this way, Bullish Bear. These are already in the couple of weeks that a few weeks I've been using them, outperformed the HLGs in every way. And I'm really happy with the switch. So, Jamie Lopez, I hung it as high as I can with my setup, and I'm just kind of hoping for the best. Some of these are right close. Like, that's like 6 inches. So, right now, I'm in a race with my stretch. And we're going to see where they settle out. I've got a feeling I'm just going to luck out in terms of my stretch, and they're all going to just finish in such a way that I'll be okay. And I don't think it's going to be super issue. If anything, I'm just going to tie them down and over and do a cross weave. That's part of why I've left this chain in there. It gives me a place where I can sort of run lines and tie to. It'll work out. I'm doing soil doji, dude. I'm a soil guy. I mean, I've done hydro, aqua, aero, all the different ponics out there, deep water culture systems. I love aquaponics and premise. Would love to set up a house based off of aquaponics one day. But I love soil, man. Best titties come from soil. You can do a Big Mac Creates. I believe in you. Best titties come from dirt. For me personally, in my personal humble 2 cents. Yeah, LM, you could totally do that. You're gonna be rocking it pretty hard to hit it that way, but that's how I would do it. Big Mac Creates, no, because I've never done any of my super soils on the channel because I can't afford to do my super soils right now. They're fairly expensive. No worries, Stuart Harper. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Bullish Bear, my soil has some cocoa in it. It's like 10 or 20% cocoa. Cat says hi, everybody. Meow. No, not really. When he was younger, he used to chew them a bit, but no, he leaves it alone. The dogs are the one that try to eat my weed now. Yeah, Bullish Bear, the Pro Mix that I use actually comes with it in it. I've got some dead leaves, obviously, I gotta pull out of there, but it comes pre-mixed that way. You still gotta treat for, obviously, thripes and shit, which are inherent to, cocoa, but what are you gonna do? Yep, I also use Pro Mix. HP's on the bag that I use with Micro-Zy, 10 or 20% cocoa. Can you post a link for a place to buy those lights? Hell yeah, Cody Montgomery. Adam, are you there, bud? Post the link for someone, please, and thank you, dear sir. Big Mac Creates. When your plant is young and a seedling, don't overwater.
For the first couple weeks, typically, like I'll even water just to protect myself from overwatering with a spritz bottle. Sounds sexy, Christian Maldonado Rosa. Oh, nope. No worries, Adam. It's all good, baby. I certainly didn't 5-star. I certainly didn't do that. I'm a soil guy, but I'll use a little bit of cocoa because I enjoy a little bit of cocoa. What's up, John Boy? How you doing, my friend? I'll definitely give it a try, 5-star. I'm always down to give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Grow Raymond. Everything I use to treat all pests predominantly, or have to, is Jake's All-in-One, which will be up on the store hopefully tonight if I can figure out all the crap I'm trying to set up on the store for the auto shipping. The shipment's in. It's sitting in my office on the other side of that room, or in that room on the other side of that door is all of our Jakes. We've got Jakes ready to go and to sell to all of you. So it's going to be sexy. That's right, Chloe Luna. Welcome. Well, Russell Woodbury, I would not be against to that. I mean, I've been trying to break out now for 8 or 9 years after being a stage actor for 10 or 15. Personally speaking, for my own personal career, I would not be upset to actually start getting some voiceover work. There's 1,001 of them that I can do quite proficiently and I feel quite comfortable doing, most of which I've been doing since I was a child. So, you never know. But I wouldn't say no. I like the way you think, though. Let's hope. I'll be all right with that. Oh, hell yeah, Big Tree Farms, man. Double squatches, man. It's what equals titties. It's what equals titties. Michael, if I can have it up tonight, I'll have it up tonight. I'm going to start doing, because one of the things I'm struggling with is sort of the packaging for the auto loading, right? Because they're different size bottles, right? So I'm going to probably load them not as one product that you go with 3 different sizes, but 3 separate seeming products that are actually the 3 different sizes, and then just auto plug a different size box into each one. So this is a 500 milliliter bottle here of the Jakes. We don't carry all the sizes. We carry 3 out of the 4. So we've got the 500 milliliter bottle, we've got the 1 liter bottle, and for those of you with a lot of wee titties, we carry the 4 liter bottle as well. And if any of you ever need, because you're growing hundreds or thousands of plants and would need the very large bottle, let me know. I will order in a couple big bottles, special order for you. They come up to, I can get a 10 liter bottle of that as well for you. Yes, Bullish Bear, I am rocking the 3500s on these. Yep, Jake's is the shit. Jake's is all natural, soon to be a certified organic ammo Junkie 530. We are waiting for that certification in Canada to go through. But by knowing that that certification is being done in Canada, it is a more trustworthy organic certification than, for example, in the States. No offense, America. We just have a lot of stricter rules than you do when it comes to a lot of stuff. Chloe Luna, for the lights or for shirts and stuff? Because, like, for my website where we sell the swag items and all that kind of stuff with the Jakes and soon to be the garden supply, or do you mean the lights, my friend? Oh, yeah, no worries, Ammo Junkie 530. Yeah, that certification will go through eventually. We're just waiting on that one, so. Chloe Luna, send an email to me at potsquatch420@gmail.com. I am happy to offer that
for the t-shirts, the merchandising. It's not really something I can easily set up on my store, but if you're putting in an order and we're chatting and you send me the cash, like I can put the order in on my end for you and I can print the shipping label and pack it up. So yeah, I'm happy to offer that for you. Send me an email to potsquatch420@gmail.com and I'm sure we can figure something out. Yeah, so Chloe, we also accept credit cards on there too, but I understand that a lot of people don't use credit. I will look into seeing if there is a way to have debit cards work. They should, because everything is tied to a bank account on my end. Well, on a PayPal too, but so it should in theory work out. But I'm working. I'll look into it for you, Chloe. Dick Diamonds, shout out to you as well, my friend. Rock and roll. Shauna Hoover. Adam, please post the Pot Squatch Growers website for the hats, t-shirts, and grinders, and soon-to-be papers and jakes, where everyone can order that. And could you also, Adam, post the link to the grow lights, please? And thank you, my brother. Michael Montgomery, it's actually a 2700K, 5700K of what you're referencing. That 2700, 5700 is going to kind of mix between the photons into about a 34. I would go 35. So if you want to do what Pot Squatch does, like I went with the 35s. I didn't go on the X3 style with the 2757 split. I went with the 35 straight up, and I'm pretty happy with that. Jamie Lopez, the double Squatch is that. It's two giant fixtures run by a driver. The big Squatch would be one of these, and the little Squatch obviously is smaller than this. All the sizes are on the website, I do believe, so check that out. Michael Robinson. No, I don't believe you can send money through Facebook. There is Google Pay out there as a thing, but... Oh, hell yeah. Ammo Junkie 530. Adam Squatch is my Padawan. I'm teaching him in the ways of the forest, in the ways of the Pot Squatch. And I just like to give another big shout out to Adam Squatch. One, bud, all that you do, you help organize my chaotic brain. You help me run the shows. You're always there looking out for the channel and representing the lights and everything and other channels. And, you always help me with remembering shit. Because, fuck, let's be honest, I'm shite at remembering shit. And, buddy, you've been a huge help and such a big proponent to what's helped me to kind of get things going, Adam. So I just want you to know, buddy, I love you. And much love, buddy. And respect and thank you. Oh, well, supposedly Facebook has a way to send money now. So, there you go. I don't know if there's a way for me to integrate the Facebook Pay into any of the stores. I know we can't do that for the lights. That's all hosted at a Soul Strip stuff. And I prefer not to do that for our store, but I guess you could always send donations if you wanted to through Facebook, if that's something you wanted to do, but we could figure something out. What's that? Jamie Lopez. My wife heard you mention my name. Pot Squatch work now. She's going to give me some, but hey. Wait, what? Jamie Lopez. I don't get it. I mean, I think I get the sex part, but what? I got your back too, Adam. But I just wanted to say thank you for all that you do, buddy. I appreciate you and I appreciate what you do. Oh. Hi, wife. Wife's home. Want to say hi, people?
Okay.
Hi, people. Say hi, wife.
Hi, people. I found my Halloween costume.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah. And I gotta sew it, make it all funky. It's my favorite.
Nice. You've almost got 100 people watching you right now. People say, "What's up? What's cracking?" Okay, I'm gonna go for cigarette. Ooh, did you bring me beer and cigarettes?
I did.
That's a wife. Love you, babe.
Love you, babe. Love you.
Kisses. All right, everybody. So,
One. I got more cigarettes and I got more beer. Thank the fucking gods. There we go. All right.
Adam says, "Hey, Dottie." MB says, "Hello, Mrs. Squatch." Mature Mac just says, "Beautiful." Jim Seagal says, "Hello, wifey." Ivan Garcia says something to me. "Hey, man, having a rough day. Tried to buy Canuck seeds, and the charge ended up coming from Nigeria, so I had to reverse it. Guess I got to drive to freaking Colorado for seeds." Ivan Garcia, there's a lot of seed banks here that I'm pretty sure send to where you are, my friend. GYO, for sure. Vancouver Island Seed Bank, Crop King Seeds. Like, there's a lot of things. Definitely don't, not to be mean to Nigeria, but they kind of ruined that one for themselves in terms of the online stuff. So, LM beer is part of how I function. And, it's just one of the things. To some, I would be called an alcoholic. To me, I'm Canadian. I come from a long line of people who are beer drinkers. I'm Irish, Scottish, Welsh, German, and English. Well, and so let's be honest, most of them drink all day. So, hey, and half new, right? So, yeah, don't do it, Ivan. What's up, Big Tree Farms? Big Tree Farm says hi to you too, baby. Cigarette time. Whew. Yeah. Exactly, Adam. And I could still outdrink your ass. Pathetic. Dude, that's funny. John Boy's like, the adult sex shop sells Crop King seeds here in Calgary. Fucking love it. Good times. What, cigarettes? Yeah, they're filled with poison, but I'm not worried about it. Like my cigarettes. What's up, Raymond? No, I knew you were serious, John Boy. I'm not surprised by that. I just found it funny. That's all. I enjoyed it. Imagine if I was one of your teachers in schools, right? Everybody get a fucking good mark. I help you all learn. Or I tragically commit suicide. One of the two. But I don't think I'd do that. So, good marks for everybody. Manic, you smoke weed? Nobody here smokes weed. What are you talking about? That's the devil's lettuce, Mannequin. Just being silly. Dylan McPherson. Teresia spray, I have not heard of. I'm assuming it's some form of spray meant to try to pollinate something. I'm assuming it's probably an extension on something that's force herming something, maybe. Or, I don't know. But I don't know enough on it to give you an honest thing. I could probably go Google it. But the problem is my computer is on my desk, and somehow the internet doesn't work in there. So, fuck. Yeah, we got up to like 126, 127 earlier, me and Native. Fuck, if Texas Pete was here, he could answer things a bit more for you, Ivan Garcia. Fuck. Texas Pete would know. He's in Texas. Hence the name. Yo, Adam, text fucking Texas Pete, because I don't think he got a notification. I know he'd be in this show right now if he knew it was on. Text him, Adam. Be like, where the fuck are you, motherfucker? It's been going on for an hour and 40 minutes now.
Frank Gerard, mine burned out after one run. Hollow stems, weird beige color to the trichromes. It was just weird. Wasn't a big fan of it, but it's what you got. It's not horrible. It's just not great. And I wasn't overly impressed. I find it a dinky toilet. It burnt out after one run, and the company's built a thing where they're never going to honor their warranty. I've talked to like 80 people almost now that have tried, and it just doesn't work. So I hope yours doesn't burn out on you. I hope it keeps going. But when it does, give us a call at Pod Squash Growers, man. The version of that light that we have that will run for years for you and take care of you, the little squatch. But sure, Mac, there's a lot of fucking good, easy, accessible sugars in molasses, which is going to help in terms of trichrome production. It's going to help in terms of cannabinoid and terpene production. It's also very beneficial to the microbial cultures in soils, and it's just got a bunch of secondary nutrients. It's just sort of a one-stop shop that your titty's going to like it. Like coffee, it's just a thing you can use, and they're going to be happy. So, Raymond, no, that means you had your re-veg busted nut on you. So, Raymond, typically a re-veg plant will not do that unless it did not survive the re-veg and ended up herming, which means it did not survive the re-veg, kill it. The devil's breath. How am I supposed to smoke that? I'm not sure what you mean, Manicam. So I'm gonna need more information. What's up, Native Savage? What's up, baby? How you doing, my friend? One sec. I have to go give Wife Kiss. Say thank you for bearing cigarettes. I realized I don't know if I said thank you. Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come give you a quick kiss to say thank you for getting me smokes and beer. Nice ass. I'm not fondling my wife. I'm fondling my wife. Okay, back to the show. So titties, weed titties. I'm just joking. Oh, totally. Leslie Marie, the coffee molasses soda mix as an intermix of hitting in mid to later flower. Fuck. Titties love it. They just go nuts for it. It's amazing. Well, Raymond, look at it that way. Gift beans. Just watch them for prone to herming and you'll be awesome. One second here. I'm going to roll a joint. I need a joint. I need cannabis. Well, I don't need it. Well, a little bit, actually. I've got a decent headache right now, to be honest. I think part of it is being triggered by sitting under... I used to be able to sit under the HLGs forever and not get headaches. But the double squatches are just that much brighter and intense. And after a while, with my chronic neuropathic pain system, even I begin to have my pain thresholds challenged. One second here. I'm almost done. Just got to roll this quickly. No, Bruce Huff, pour it in hard, pour it in straight, baby. You want the bubble. It's not going to hurt your roots or anything. You'll be fine. That sounds awesome, Dick Diamonds. Just curing jars, man. Bump or burp it for about 45 minutes to an hour. Take it out for the first 2 weeks every day. Rearrange it. Then keep burping every day for about 15, 30 minutes for the third week. Fourth week, you can step it down to 15 minutes. And then, then after kind of the first month, I just kind of burp it a couple times a week. Texas, Pete. Someone asked a question about Texas. Who here asked about Texas? If they're still here, ask the question. Texas Pete is in the house now. Oh, there's tons of space cake. Mr. B. Boyack, after I fucking ate way too much of it, I haven't touched it since. I'm probably going to have a little bit tonight, though, and then freeze the rest of it. Another thing I like to do with my space cakes, I actually dry them out, bake them in the oven a little bit more slowly and dry them out. And then I make it into like a chocolate brownie crumble and I put it on my sundaes. So then I can basically take a chocolate fudge sundae, easily medicate it, make it taste awesome, and then I get fucked up. So hashtag boom. Almost done, everybody. Almost done. Almost done, I swear. Michael Montgomery, don't say it quite like that, because one could argue that the re-veg is what's triggered the herming on the genetic. Therefore, technically, the re-veg did cause the plant to hermy, then caused the plant to make seed. Yes, is that me being semantical a little bit? 100%. But no, pretty much, Corey, I can smoke as much weed as I ever want to. And that's part of the joys of producing your own medicine. I mean, to be fair, it's going to be close on this one. I've been smoking it fairly good. But definitely not after this run. This run will be good, so. One second here. Okay, I think I'm ready. We go back into the lab for a little bit. Does that happen often when re-veg? No, I've personally never had a re-veg genetic hermy on me. But it's definitely common, though. Just because I haven't experienced it doesn't mean it's not common, though. One second. Hey, baby. I love you. Well, hang out a little later. Okay, I'm just going to do my show for a little while longer and shit, maybe work on plants or whatever, but then I see you in bed. Okay, bye, sexy bitch. Move, dog. Love you, poopies. All right. Back into the lab. Not going to lie, the weed I'm smoking now, I don't know what it is because I've been buying it while my tits are ready. What do you mean, Corey? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of very big citrus things. Someone's calling me. I'll call you back. If someone who's watching this stream tried to call me just now, I'll have to call you after the show. Well, your male probably pollinated girls then at Raymond. Wasn't too bad of a pollination if you only got 20 seeds, though. Hell, I've seen 100 or 200 seeds come out of one big bud. Peter Vigna, the story behind the Afghani. Met this young rapper, producer, musician kid in a local pub in Mission. Just sort of started, I was drunk and I was talking to these kids about growing dope. And at the time I had maybe like 7,600 subscribers and I was just telling them about the channel and what we did and what we're about. And then, yeah, so simply put, fucking kid messaged me one day and he was like, yo, bud, like, I got these 4 plants. I've been told they're Afghanis, but if you don't take them, like they're gonna have to die. I'm gonna have to get thrown out. They don't have anywhere to go. And I was like, well, hell, I'm not gonna turn a plant away. So send me, bring them by, and then I'll give them a good home. And then they turned into these. They were little 6-inch clones when I got them.
And now they've become this. Michael, you can re-veg something totally properly and have it hermy on you. Hermying is an unknown variable that's going to come from weird genetic stuff. You could be really gentle on something during re-veg and still have it happen. Do you know what I mean, Michael? So, I don't know. That's just my humble 2 cents on that. Not on here, Danny Snyder. Maybe somewhere else. Does anyone know about that? Maybe there's another thing. I don't know. I'm not very talented in understanding social media, online crap, or how any of this is all supposed to work, or other ways for it to work. So, oh, I understand, Corey Course. I get it now. Got some love potion. Should my wife be worried? Well, if love potion is the one that's referencing supposedly that makes ladies horny, no, she should probably just be looking forward towards a big O, if you know what I'm saying. If it's the one that makes everybody horny, well, let's just hope you're both horny. Or else you might get shut down, or she's just not going to have fun. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, baby? Sorry about that, everybody. Well, I'm doing well, Brandon. Just doing a show as we have been doing and talk about the lights and the titties, and I'm pretty excited about the new things. What? Adam? What? Adam? Potsquatch? Yes, I'm Potsquatch. What's up, Adam? Maybe Dick Diamonds. We got to look into the legalities, all that, because I actually own a legal company now, so it's like I got to be careful about stuff. Plus, we don't want to piss off the powers that be at YouTube, right? So, yes, Ammo Junkie 530. My super soils are all certified organic when I do them, but I just can't afford them anymore. Not currently, anyway. Maybe soon. Working on it. Okay, Adam, we'll talk about that later then, about how to do that, and you can teach me how that works. That's right, Brandon. I learned to zoom. Whee! Well, I didn't learn. I knew I could do it in like my camera function, but I didn't know I could do it during a live stream. It's fun. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. So, does anyone have any other questions? Titties. Titties, titties, titties. Michael, where was it going? Where are you from again, Michael Montgomery? Yeah, they've got some initial trikes going on there, Texas Pete. They're getting their subtle first aromas of sexiness. They are definitely starting to have a subtle aroma or stickiness to them. They will get more so in the next week or two. I must woo with a woodchuck, chuck if a woodchuck, good chuck, wood, well if a woodchuck, good chuck, good chuck. I don't fucking know. How's the cat doing? Cat's good, Raymond. He's just walking around, being a cat. Yo, what's up, Afro Squatch? What's crack-lacking, my friend? James Hegedus. Go to potsquatchgrowers.com, and that is how you order your swag. The one thing I will point out is some of you on international locations leaving North America have chosen Surface Post. I've come to realize that Surface Post, its quote time is like 30 to fucking 85 days.
So the next one's a couple bucks more, but it's there vastly quicker. So just fair word and pay attention to the shipping options on stuff, because some of you internationally pick the Surface, and when you go Surface, it's going on a boat, and that takes a long fucking time. Will a Hermit plant produce Hermit seeds, Pot Squatch? No, they will produce seeds that have a higher likelihood of being a Hermit, but not necessarily. Just watch them closer. Awesome, Texas Pete. Did you get all your order in for your light, and now you're just waiting? How much pot could a pot squatch pot if a pot squatch could squatch pot? Well, I'm squatching some now, but I'll tell you, if I have more lights and more room, I could squatch more pot. Bruce Huff, your flowering period starts the second you switch to 12-12. Anyone who tells you different, in my humble 2 cents, is an idiot. Oh, no worries. I know I haven't seen you in a while, Afro Squatch, but it's good to see you, baby. It's good to see you. What's the stickiest strain you've ever grown? Fuck. Probably that Sasquatch strain. The resin production on that and the resins on that one, like even when I made it into rosin and dropped it down super deep freeze, it wouldn't even get hard. It was liquid. The rosins on that were so cold resistant that it was absolutely insane. Oh, hell yeah, Ammo Junkie 530. Well, you know, there's a way for you to get your very own Pot Squatch Growers Grow Lights, I'll tell you. Just go to the website there. And know that all of our lights are being custom built for you before leaving our facility. They are vetted for an hour to an hour and a half to test all operating parameters. Unless they get straight A's on their fucking report card, well, they're not coming home to you. Ori's Sativa. I've cut the nitrogen out in terms of cutting out the grow part of my triple part recently. There's still nitrogen in the micro as well as the coffee and a bunch of other parts, but I am going to be putting it back in just because I was getting a bit of hooking. There's a little bit of hooking I'm seeing on that branch down there, for example. Mild hooking. There's a little hooking there as well. So I'm kind of letting that kind of slowly work its way out. You know, so I'm minimizing and watching my nitrogen input because I am getting some mild hooking happening. So these are clones, Christian Maldana, though they came from clones. So. Alberta for life. Saskatchewan can't drink for shit. All out drink anyone in Saskatchewan. Or Newfoundland, for that matter. Yeah, you heard me, Adam. Do they all smell different? Well, the Afghani would smell different, and the Violators, but then they're all genetically the same. They're all clones from the same source, so... Andrew, on a good year, I'm getting 3 to 4 harvests in. I am trying to gear things up to reduce that, try to get to about 5 harvests a year. But I don't got tons of space, so you got to be creative with that. Manic Cam, if you buy 2 double squatches, you'll be burning 1240 at the plug. Oh, shit. You're choosing to watch me over a hockey game? That's astonishing. That's awesome, though. Thank you for showing the love there, Raymond. Which game are you missing? What's up, Andrew Rivers? What's crack lacking, my friend? Hell yeah, Afro Squatch. One thing to remember, if you do it in an opaque cup where the light's not getting in and cover up that top, that'll help you have success too. Because light or photons, quote unquote, will make it very hard for your nubile tiny little roots to take hold and to become a thing. Ammo Junkie 530. If I had to pick between the two, I'd say it's a pretty even Steven run on those 2 different ones for me personally. If I had to pick, I'd probably go OG over Bubba. But then again, if it's the right pheno of Bubba, I would prefer the Bubba over that. So I guess what I'm saying is sort of the generality, shall we say, of the OG. In one sense, I prefer. But overall,
You know, there are certain Bubba phenos that I think would take precedent over that. Andrew Chaplin, love compost. Use it outdoors for most of my vegetable garden and stuff. The one thing to remember when bringing compost or soil or anything like that from outdoors indoors is you've got to pasteurize that shit. If you don't pasteurize that crap, like, you know, bake it in your oven to kill off shit, well, you're just going to fuck yourself in the ass. Hey, Raymond, how the Flames been doing this year? They're doing okay? Yeah, I know. Richard S., it was pretty funny. She ate that tiny little piece and got super fucking high. Then I ate like 30 or 40 times the amount that she did. And I woke up and was like greening out solid for 15 minutes. Like, it was pretty hilarious. Manic Cam. Let's see here. Well, one fixture is probably about, well, what's that? Maybe about 2 feet by a little over a foot-ish, maybe. If you go to the website, Manic Cam, it's got all the parameters. So if you look at the parameter or the size of the big Squatch, just double that. Since that we've got the driver sort of side mount, and just worry about the size of your fixtures, right? But they're built out of standard size hotel baking sheets as the heatsink, so. Oh, Andrew Rivers is probably there's one YouTube channel, we haven't talked about them in a long time. There was a point in time where we were the same size, or maybe even they were even a little bigger than I was. But some of you who are pod squatches will know who I'm referencing. Typically, we get at least one dislike on every single video we ever do, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. It's a Canadian YouTuber, and we'll leave it at that. Some of you will know of whom I'm referencing, but, you know. Thank you, Reverend Veritas. Oh, Master Kush is the shit. Master Kush is an initial blending of 2 different Burmese Kushes, and oh fuck, the old school Master Kush was the fucking shit. Well, Big Mac Creates put it this way though: if you don't get dislikes and haters, then you're doing something wrong, right? So by pissing people off, and I've been sent here on a mission to piss motherfuckers off. So it's like, you know, pissing someone off. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means I'm doing something right. Our most viewed video is a little over 200,000 views, and it's like how to defoliate your vegging cannabis or some shit like that. We got our 420th dislike on that video today. Finally hit 420 dislikes to 2.5 thousand likes. But it was hilarious to me. A lot of people hate on the voices, and they're hating on the video, but it's like, I watched the video, and I'm like, I don't even think I did that many voices in it, to be fair, but what are you going to do? No, exactly, Christian. Plus, also, too, some of the trolls we get online sometimes are a lot of fun. I definitely enjoy that. Alberta, with the most respect in my heart, my friend. Don't worry, man. I'll take on Saskatchewan. I've taken on, like, one time I did, this was when I was young and stupid. I was like 18 or 19. I took on 4 Bulgarians in a drink-off. And I was already drunk. So I got arrogant. I was like, I will drink 1 shot for every shot you all drink. So they would each have 1. I would have 4. We started drinking 151. I won. I was the only one able to walk away from that drink-off. But barely. I barely walked out and barely got myself in that cab. And I did not remember the cab ride. But I won. Oh, well, thank you very much, Smoky McBong Water. Big Mac Creates. This was years ago, so. And they don't make 151 anymore? Fuck. I was underground cage fighter for years, and that was my nickname. I was the 151 kid.
Fuck. They don't even make 151 anymore? That's bullshit. Bethany Rogue, stop telling fish stories. These aren't fish stories. If there's one thing my father, for example, if you meet my father, would say to you when you're first meeting him, and if you were to ask him, like, what would you say about your son? And he'd say, well, you know, I used to think my son was full of shit a lot of the time. But as we've gotten older and kind of become friends, I've started to realize that like 95%, if not more, the crap that he actually says, as outlandish as it seems, is fucking true. And that scares me a little bit. Well, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, there's great information in your video, but all your voices make it this or that or this or that. And I'm like, okay, well, look at you being a curmudgeon, right? Education should be fun. And it's also my channel, and I'm an actor, writer, comedian, filmmaker. I do voiceover. I do a lot of weird shit. I'm a professional weirdo. A lot of people are like, oh, do you put this on for YouTube the way you are? I said, no, if anything, I'm toning it down. Try meeting me in person. It's true, because like one time I had a high school best friend and his wife over for dinner, and I was telling them about the channel and what I'm doing and kind of my style to it. I was like, yeah, you know, it's an exaggerated caricature of myself. And then my wife's just sitting there looking at me like, what about what you do online is exaggerated? If anything, you're more toned down. And then I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, oh, no, you're right. Nicole Lenminstara, Nova. Hey, Nova. Thank you very much, love. I'll do more voices just for you there, Nova. Did you ever see Lord of the Rings there, Nova? You like Schmeagol? I could do a Schmeagol for you there, Nova. Great name, by the way. Fucking cool. I hope she's not, like, forward. I'm swearing in front of a child. But, yeah, shit happens. Leslie Marie. I could do a really bad, obnoxious Russian. I did this one for a cartoon for a big, you know, Russian-sounding rhino. It was cool. Hey, that makes sense, Rock Pal. Thanks. How did I do this one? This was like an accent. I used to date a lot of Russians back in the day. And we would get into a fight because we have very different ideas about the role of like genders in this day and age. They were kind of old school. And I would always put on this voice to piss them off. It was like, for this problem. It's you. I've been waiting for this. My name is Victor. Oh, you know, anyway. But it was, I had fun with that one, you know, just playing around with it. But then I did learn some Russian for auditioning for Arrow once. I supposedly booked, but then they never called me. But it was something like, Stoit на месте. Мутлено повернись. Lag на землю. Lag на землю. Anyway, that's all I remember. And that's all I had. Oh, I don't do impersonations, Adam. You should know that. I don't have a Gandalf voice. Well, thank you, Themisto G. I appreciate that. Bethany thinks I'm like SpongeBob. You know, it's probably a generational thing, so I won't take that as an insult. So much love then. Thank you, Bethany. Jungen aus der Hauptstadt. Well, it is growing slowly but surely. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is slowly but surely moving forward. Michael Summers, when you have harvested it, after hanging and drying and allowing it to naturally fall out, beat it in a bag. Get the shit from the bag, and then you store it. I store mine in glass jars, airtight, and keep it in the dark at a medium temperature, room temperature, 18, 19 degrees. Talk like a Californian dude. There's so many different Cali sounds now. It's kind of hard to do. You know, back in the day, it would just be like a surfer kind of a thing, you know? Like, I was just down, like, you know, Long Beach, California, and just, like, I was surfing, man. Like, you know, I got this one wave, man, and, like, yeah, then I hit my head on some coral. My fucking zero memory from there on, man. I've actually been in a coma for the last 3 years, man. But, yeah. But that's just a joke one there.
Well, thank you, Traveling Man. Robin Williams was one of my biggest influences as a kid, and part of why I do what I do. So, oh, Pro Mix is the shit. I grow in Pro Mix. Rock Pile Tanks, Pro Mix in terms of a cost-effective, well-working premix soil is the shit. Get down to you. I don't do a good Yoda. I could do a joking one, but
Oh, hysterics! Hysterics! The Fratsmans he knows. The Fratsmans he knows if we kills the Fratsmans, so we can take the process for ourselves. We give it to us raw and regularly. The Smeagol has an answer to the fucking question, but you don't know when it is a thing, and anyway, here we go. Smeagol, 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 what's up, crying owl?
what's up, Crying Owl? How you doing? What up, boss? It took basically, typically for the light start to finish in terms of production times 2 days. Usually between bedding, production, depending on how many things are on the bench, about a week to get it out of the factory. And then from California to the Lower Mainland, it should not take very long. Yo, Crying Owl, are you in the Lower Mainland? Are you telling me we could have met up for beers already? What the fuck? Hell yeah, Chrissy Miller. How's it going, baby? Erspo starts young and aus the Hofstadt. Uncle Pot Squatch is growing 3 to 4 different strains. I'm growing 2 right now. What's up, backwood buds? What's crack-a-lagging? Yes, Leslie Marie, I do get runoff. I don't use fabric pots just because, well, I never have. I've always been a fan of plastic pots. We will be carrying, actually, and releasing our own fabric pots eventually. Again, all of that kind of stuff is just based off pure physical realities of, I got to kind of sell things that I've already put money into before we can buy new products for everybody. But
The stoves my wheaties. The stoves them. They took the precious titties for themselves. But you know the Smeagol live in the dark. The Smeagol can smell the titties. And Smeagol's gonna get the titties back!
thank you. Thank you, everyone. Aquaponics is the shit, White, Hugh. To really do it proficiently, it needs to be done on a very large scale. But one of my dreams is to one day own an acreage where I build a fully self-sustaining house, off-grid house, utilizing a huge aquaponic system. So, is it fucked up? I don't know. I'm speaking. He's speaking in tongues. I'm not speaking in tongues. Tongues are weird. I've seen that shit on weird American, Christian shows and shit. Just stupidity. No, rock pile tanks. I'm in British Columbia. I live in the valley. I'm from Ontario. I was born in Burlington. Grew up in London. What's good, LM? You've got the roll, sir. Fuck, I wish I heard that more, yo. God damn it. Patterson Motorsports. I'm in British Columbia. Grew up in Ontario, but I'm here now. What's up, Tyler Spooner? What's crack like, mate? How you doing? How's your wife? How's the kids? Don't turn it down. You should let the freak out, player. Hell yeah, Danny Snyder. I agree. Let the fucking weirdo, baby. Just smoke some papaya. That shit's great. I hope you're fucking stoned, Texas Pete. Everyone should give a big hand to Texas Pete. Texas Pete's only been smoking pot again after a 35 year of being against pot. To try to get off his pain meds. He's more than reduced them by half.
And, so this motherfucker's getting high for the first time in like 35 years. Been doing it for a few weeks now. Fucking yeah, making me proud, Texas Pete. No, Michael, I don't think I've seen those, but I'm definitely always down to take a look and, check it out. Big Mac Crates, mind the gap. I'm not in England. I've always been able to use my hand as a map. That's pretty good, man. I've been known to occasionally get lost, I'll be honest. My daughter works for Tilroy in London. Who's Tilroy in London, yo? I don't know what Tilroy's is. That company? Should I know? Would I know if I was English? Is it because I'm fucking a Canadian that I don't know? I have a good small-scale aquaponics system, and it's been running pretty well so far. I also from London, Ontario. Fuck yeah, Wyatt! I grew up in Old South at 59 Byron Avenue. If you go down to Byron Avenue in Old South in London, and you see a house, I think their shutters are green now. They were blue when I was a kid. But it's an old house in Old South, and 59 Byron Avenue. That is the house that this fucking cunt asshole grew up in. Oh, fuck yeah, call me the breeze. That's part of the brilliance of it. Think about hot rods. They're built to design, run, and kill. I utilize the fact that a baking sheet naturally works perfectly as a heat sink. We air cool it, do all the math out, design it perfectly. It also functions as a reflective hood. Boom. We've also eliminated the fucking requirement for a heavy, cumbersome heat sink that's a functioning, heat-diverting piece of metal in design. It's brilliant. I'm in Cali? No, I'm not in Cali, unless you mean someone else. Oh, Tilroy's a Will Rock Rose. All right. Well, tell them I said hello. The Unknown Woman channel. Tell them Pot Squatch says what's up. Kratom? Is Kratom a strain? The word sounds very familiar, but I'll be honest, I'm not following the question, so a little bit more background would be great. John Banner, how old are these plants? Well, these plants before transplant into the space here were choked out for months just because I didn't have anywhere to put them and they were waiting. So if you go back to when I did the transplant video, you'll be able to see how big these were. We vegged them for a little over 4 weeks before flip. They are 3 weeks of flower yesterday. Oh, London, Ontario. Fuck. Sorry, the Unknown Woman channel. So she's working for one of those corporate mob weed bastards. Tell them hi. Oh, thank you. And now that Dick Diamond says kratom is a pain relief herb. I have tried that when I was married to a German and lived in Germany. I didn't personally find it did anything. For me personally. I mean, I am a chronic pain patient who lives in continuous pain. I didn't find it did much. But to be fair though, I had been someone before that who predominantly only used cannabis for pain treatment. So it's definitely not going to stand up to cannabis, especially if you've used cannabis as a pain treatment thing in the past. It's just kind of like, here, have an aspirin instead of your oxycodone, like. Or not oxycodone, that's the fucking heroin replacement shit. Fucking give me a good opiate-based painkiller. Morphine or Percocet. Oxycontin. There we go. We got a few of them out of there. Oh, fuck yeah, Texas Pete. Texas Pete's Big Squatch just shipped out to Texas Pete. Yep. The red phone's right here. Just in case they need to call Pot Squatch. Batman got a bigger one. He also had an insignia on his. At least mine's red, though. They don't call anymore, so it's not connected. Sometimes I pretend. I know.
I'm just having fun and being silly, but. All right, I'm going to get a beer. I'm lucky I'll be able to tongue punch the wife on the way past. Warning you, I'm going to tongue punch you in passing.
You taste like chips and salsa. She's eating chips and salsa.
Just in case anyone was wondering about that. What's that? Ah, it's the chips and salsa new toothpaste she bought. Ah, I see. Okay, so Edward VP says, yo, I've got a question. I drive truck and our company says we can't have it in our system, CBD or etc., or we get fired in Ontario. Okay, so Edward VP, this is where I'm going to give you my goddamn best advice that I can. Don't worry, honey, I'll be out of here in 2 seconds. It's hard. All these laws are new right now and we're fighting for stuff. I don't think that cannabis or CBD being in a trucker system is an issue in any sense of the fucking words. Bullshit. Do I think you should be ripped out of your noggin while you're driving a rig? No. But, so, given that, first, qualify for your ACMPR status. Get your medical license, which gives you legal allowance to grow in Canada and use medical cannabis. You could argue to try to challenge, to argue your constitutional right to health and wellness. But what you're going up against is a lot of propaganda and social stigma against cannabis usage and it getting in the way of driving rig or this, that having even any of it in your system is going to do all these bad things. So in order to overcome that, it's going to be a fight. Like, you're not going to be able to just get around that, but you're going to have to fight for it. I'm, as a Potsquatch, I'll stand with you guys, in girls and season days that are truckers, Potsquatches. I'm not a trucker, but I'll come stand with you and I'll argue on your behalf, but, it'll be a fight. We're outside smoking, but I'll tell her when we go inside to see Mom. Crying out, you live in Maple Ridge? Dude, I'm just outside of Mission. We should go for a fucking beer, but... Well, exactly, MB Boyac, but you can fight, though, and we need to have a change in society, because, like, for example, a lot of basic pain meds a trucker can be on, and there's no one's going to be like, oh no, you got all these opiates in your system that are actually making you high. So I think there needs to be a big shift and change in the way we perceive pain and pain treatment, and in terms of what cannabis is as we'll call it a substance for this here. Because we do need to shift away from this propaganda sort of anti-war on drugs kind of mindset and start to really think about what it really is and pragmatically approach it. Because really, if a truck driver is pain-free and or a plethora of other things because of it, and they're able to focus more and be more in the moment, be more attentive to operating the many gears that they have to do, and et cetera, everything that goes with driving rig, man, like, I think that's a positive thing, not a negative thing. And there is no real proof. Every test that has been done recently in the last 10 years, predominantly, of people who are regular pot smokers who smoke pot or use cannabis and then drive actually test better when under the influence. So it's like, let's talk about this here, like, in a real pragmatic way here. So. Oh, Mark Stegen, I hope you have a schönes Tag, mein Freund. Schönes Tag. But no, Edward VP, if you're going to fight for it and try to fight the system, I am in full support of that. Send me an email. I'll do whatever I can to try to help, because I'm a big believer that or I don't agree with a lot of these laws that are being imposed on certain professions when it comes to this stuff. I think it's systemic of
of a sort of a day gone by that was all propagandist bullshit anyway. So we kind of maybe should reevaluate a few things and take a look at a pragmatic reality in terms of it to try to really offer a wellness to all people. And like, let's face it, the world needs the trucking world currently. If we didn't have transport of goods, none of this would happen. Lights wouldn't go anywhere in the world, hats wouldn't go out, food wouldn't go anywhere, it'd be fucked. So the fact that we've got these laws kind of castrating the options for good health and benefit for the trucking world, while they make our world live like the lifeblood of society in many senses, then I don't get that. That's fucked up. No worries, Adam Squatch. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later. It will eventually, Felicia Casper. Just be patient with it. It gets intimidated when you upload big ones. I've done a couple of bigger videos myself. Definitely got a little freaked out by that. Bitte, mein Freund. Aber Arbeit für deine Geld und für deine Geld, du hast die Dinge für Macaron, Weed Titties und Bier trinken und die essen. Also, das ist gut, ja. Well, exactly, Mr. B. Boyack, right? And that's the thing that's fucked. Who knows? Maybe one day I will run for political office and change some shit up. Because there's enough stuff that pisses me off that I could see myself doing that for a while. Why not? Give something back. Get it done. Wyatt, how I moved away from London when I was a kid because my mom got a job out here. So I moved out here the summer I turned 12. I moved briefly back to London and hated it. No offense. I don't really like Ontario very much. I don't like living there. Grew up there, not for me. I like BC. BC is expensive, and it costs a stupid amount of money to do anything. Pisses me off, but still like it here. Well, that's a good way to argue it too, Edward VP, but it's not something that's going to hold up in court. And I'm not a lawyer, but I'm basically one because that's kind of a prerequisite for our world. And you're going to have to argue it in such a way that, the easiest way to do anything is if you can prove that this is violating your constitution as a Canadian, your constitutional rights, and use that as a tool. The greatest tool of any land that has a constitution is the Constitution. And I think that's something we're losing touch with as a people often. And what do they even mean? And what does that mean for our lives? And what can that mean in the world? Especially when we're living in this world now where rules change and everything changes all the time. We're getting swept away with bullshit and getting fucked more and more. And we don't even notice it half the time, it seems. So, yeah, if that makes sense. Felicia Casper, if your phone won't open it to do so, that means you've overloaded your phone. Your phone's what's having issue. You've filmed too much time and there's no available space for your operating system to actually perform the function. So delete some of the other stuff on your phone and it will work. Reverend Veritas, they'd probably realistically on a good tent be okay, but I don't like having anything that's running voltage floating on anything. So probably what I would do is if I wanted it floating on the tent is I'd just take a sheet of board, maybe about an inch thick, and I just mount my driver onto the board, and then I would feel totally comfortable then putting it on top of the tent. 1 second here, one more sad kiss to the wife. See you back. So let me show you though the drivers there. Okay, I got them screwed into wood. They get hot, like they do get hot. Like, I mean, the fucker's the engine basically, right? So, well, exactly, MB Boyack. And I think that's why I've gone the route I have in my life. It's like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
I'm going to start a company. And right now we're not huge, and maybe one day though we'll be big, and there will be money. I'll need to hire people. Like at least I'll treat people well, like human beings. Because companies used to treat people well. There used to be good pensions. There used to be like go to a Christmas party, got a Christmas bonus. People weren't numbers, man. Like people were valued. And valuing the employee and valuing, because if it wasn't for the employee, you're fucked. And it's something we've lost, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you very much, Edward VP, by the way. I mean, it's just, there's been an intimacy that's been lost through how fucking quickly capitalism and corporate greed have kind of fucked everything. And yeah, I own a company. It's technically a corporation in Canada, and but I had to get a pirate ship to fight the pirates. But at the end of the day, these all have been decisions that are made. They're not a direct function of how the system has to work. They're decisions that are made. A lack of value given to the human, to the employee. When really, there should be a lot of value given to that, because fuck, if you don't have it, you're fucked. And that's just fucking how it works. Dank knowledge. I see you buzzing, pot squatch, your lights, your channel. Well, I'm buzzing a little bit. I'm not that drunk, to be fair. I drink a lot. And I just started drinking before this, so I'm okay for now. PG and E Electric Company shut the power off in California because of high winds, saying that they're going to be a fire again. They're going to burn the whole damn city down, anybody in the area. I don't know about that, but that sounds scary, dog. But I don't work for anyone else's corporation. I own the majority shares, and I'm a weird, hairy Canadian on a mission that seems to change all the time in an ever-growing way. But that's okay. It's just giving it more fun, so happy had while living the journey.
Let's look at some titties. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, you know what's funny about that, Edward VP? Oh shit, I thought I clicked the button. Nope. There we go. Yeah, I got an awful great set of balls for a motherfucker that got one left. Yeah, I lost my favorite nut to the dark side of the ball force. Darth Larry the Ball Tumor came and fucked him up. But I still got Bartholomew the True, my one and only Starbuck. And at the end of the day, fucking rock and roll. Who knows? Pot squatch for prime minister one day, maybe. Sadly, we can't run as an independent in our country. Thank you very much, Sleepy for RMKCJ. I'm glad you are learning, my friend, and enjoying the show. Yeah, don't get blown away. And everybody, like, when you survive the windstorm, if you can, or when you can, message my ass so I know you're not dead. Please and thank you. Well, exactly. Reverend Veritas, I'm rocking 3500s in mine as well because I enjoy the duplicity of it. It's got two worlds it can function. It can veg, it can flower, it can do the in-between transition. And so, yeah, I went with 3500s on mine as well. Just keeps it sexy, keeps it rocking, you know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you very much, Organic Grower Man. Oh, you meant the plants. I'm just teasing. Hashtag pimp. Here, I'll get up on my ceramic elephant here. And I'll show you the titty tops. Ah, Double Squatch Grow Light Systems. It was only 3 months today. And look at these Afghanis. Holy shit. I swear to God, these look thicker to me than they were like an hour ago. And the violators are doing their thing very well as well. Just keeping it sexy, keeping it real. Whoop. It did, MB Boyack, and I'm bringing it back. Fuck it. At least in my own humble way, and I'm still going to fight the system that it does a lot of bullshit. Because guess what? People seem to have this idea that a company only makes money, and that's very much what it's become now. There was a time when a company made money, but it also took care of both the community, it took care of its employees, it gave back, it gave a shit. And it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful thing. And it's something that the world's lost. And I think, though, that, the lot more companies just started to try to incorporate that back into their own incorporated realities. Yes, is it going to cost you a little bit of money? Yeah, fuck yeah, but who cares? You're making more fucking money than anything anyway. It doesn't matter if you spend some on people and your people. You're still making money. Give back. We need to change. We need to go back in certain ways to the way we were in one sense, and then go forward in a lot of other ways as a people. But let's start living together as the people. And fuck, it doesn't mean we can't make money or work hard and do these types of things and take care of people. They can coexist. They have to. We just got to keep working together. You know what I'm saying? Thomas Minish, what you need to do right now is take your order number, send an email to Brett, BRETT, at soulstrip.com, and inquire about that. If they've already started building the rig, possibly not, but it depends. So email Brett right away, Thomas Minish, BRETT, at soulstrip.com, and just be like, hey man, my name's Thomas, I ordered this, here's my order number. Don't know if you guys have started processing, building the rig, or doing all this. If it's possible, I would love to be able to, do that. But at the end of the day, do know that the 2750-700 is going to intermix into a 3400. And so just because I choose 35s doesn't mean that 34 intermix on the 2757 is going to be bad for you if you can't get it, is all I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? So Thomas, email him right away. That's what I would do. Because your email will go through as fast as mine will. And at the same time, even if you don't get it, it's still going to be sexy, man. I just went with the 35s because, that was just my choice on it. But it doesn't mean, though, that you're not going to have amazing fuck yes out of the 2757. You know what I'm saying? Joff Gambier, we will bring those to you as soon as we can, and we can figure out what the fuck our stupid country here in Canada is fucking up the laws. It's not making sense. It's a time of change right now, so we're working on it. We're figuring it out. We're working on seeing what the fuck, as it were. Where the fuck my beer go? Don't tell me I drank one already again. Oh, thank God. Even I was concerned at that one. Whew. I am really excited for our breeding program. I won't lie to you, everybody. Very excited about the breeding program. Very excited indeed. But anyway, my friends, I'm not going to lie to you. Michael Robinson, those kits aren't quite the same in that they have nothing to do with me. So they're not, you can go buy one of those kits. You could totally do that. But it's not something that will come with my back on it or anything. It's not associated with us.
it's basically the same thing though. Ours, we just have all the drivers preset to super crank, which I'm sure you could probably request even ordering it. But also too, I don't think the DIY kits would come with warranty of any sorts. The warranty being offered is a new thing that actually has just been added because of me asking for it and talking to Brett about. Because it's required. So the Squatch lights have a warranty on them. I know that. But I don't believe the DIYs would have that on it, at least. So that would definitely at least be a difference for sure. But either way, I just want people to grow good weed, whether it's something from our company or not. My main goal is to try to help people and to help growers and weed titty people out there. That's part of why we did the lights and part of why we do what we do. So and at the same time, that's why I will never monetize the channel. I will not do that kind of shit because this needs to be open source. It needs to always be open source. It should be free for people to access the information and the grow shit. That's important to me, and so we won't change that. And at the end of the day, like, I hope our company's successful and all that, but like, I mean, my number one goal is always going to be your knowledge base and people growing the best titties that they can grow. And whether it's medical or recreational, I don't give a shit. I just want you to be happy and healthy and enjoying your lives, right? So I like both Ammo Junkie 530. Clones are for genetic consistency. I enjoy seeds for pheno hunts and breeding. You never know, Corey Kors. I wouldn't mind making a few bucks. It'll be nice to stop struggling to, pay your mortgage. But, we'll get there. Working on it. Anyway, my friends. Well, it is real. And even if we were to one day have a sponsor, I'm going to be a strict asshole with them about, like, my rules on that. Like, for example, I've actually had a couple of, like, gray zone type dispensaries locally. Like, hey, like, would you review our stuff? And I was like, I'd be happy to. I definitely would be happy to. But no, I'm only going to review your stuff for you if I think it sucks. Like, I'm going to tell everybody. So don't send me nothing you're not ready to have me be honest. That's the one thing I will give Mars Hydro. That is the one thing I will give those pricks. Is I was upfront with them about me testing and reviewing their shit. And I was like, I'm going to be painfully honest over the experience about what I think about things. If you're okay with that, then I'm happy to do it. And they sent the lights out the next day. They're like, yeah, no, we for sure. So I'll give them that. I'll at least respect that. Well, that's the thing, Ammo Junkie 530 is it's pretty prevalent. To my understanding, I'm one of the first, if not the first, grow channels on YouTube to ever really start actually to kind of just saying like, no, fuck off, it's bullshit to companies. Like, because I know that when I started just being honest about what I thought about things, like a lot of people were like, oh shit, did he just say that? I'm like, yeah, I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the honest truth. I didn't start this channel to spread bullshit. I started this channel because I was drunk and high, getting back into growing after many years of being retired because I lived in Europe, even though I did grow over there for myself a bit. But started with sick plants showing up at my house, and my buddy was like, they have nowhere to go. And I got back into it. And it's kind of turned into this channel and turned into everything in my career again. Doing all this. And fuck, there was a point. I rambled. I lost my brain. Fuck, what was I saying? A second here. Someone here will fucking... I'll read one of the messages. It'll spark what I thought. Man, it can. To my knowledge, and I don't even know if it's true, but I do believe the 420 number originally came from a police code referencing cannabis back in the early days of the war on drugs. But again, That's all my memory has on that one. I don't know if it's true. How did you like the Mars? I didn't really, to be honest, to acknowledge. It was all right, but things can look all right during the grow, and then you check it out afterwards, and I wasn't happy. All the stems were really hollow, and she had the same treatment that her sisters did under different lights. They were hollow, airy nugs, and there was a weird beige tinge to the trikes, which was not on her sisters. Like, it was just different. Like, if you put the two buds next to each other, they just looked weird. So I didn't like that either. And the fact that the fucker burnt out after the one run. I sent it off to someone who was in need in the channel. They had it for like 4 or 5 days, and the fucker killed itself. But then Freedom Grower fucking answered the call and stepped up and sent them his to Renee. It was to our friend Renee, Potsquatch Renee. Oh, fuck. Did I leave my beer in there again? Son of a bitch. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, so Freedom Grower sent that out there to Renee as well. Share the love, share the fun, you know what I'm saying? Manic Cam, speaking the truth may be risky in this day and age, but fuck, that's part of the fun. Because speaking up against truth and fighting the man back in the day, let's look at fucking the 60s. I was risky back then. Things being risky and challenging the system and it being risky is not a new thing, because it's always been there. Challenging the system and standing up as we the people has always been a risk thing. The system that controls us doesn't like it when we fucking think and stand up against it. Because the fact is, we're way more powerful than it is any day of the week. The second we become unified, they're fucked. So, it's not that speaking the truth now is riskier. It always has been. I think we have just gotten used to speaking up less in the last amount of time. I think we've learned to swallow the pill. I think we've learned, especially when we've got all this weird, deep, stupid left. Like, I'm a left person in terms of my mind, but I've always identified as a left socialist person. But like, there's this new age, stupid left that's infantilizing everything and just cranking it way past where it should be and trying to protest and doing things wrong. You know, standing up for rights went from being this thing that was this beautiful thing to almost now it's like a fascist movement where we've gone too far yet again. We, the human race, gone too far with something. And now something that started off as this really positive thing is controlling and fucking people, you know? But I do believe in we, the people. I believe there's hope. I think we've just learned to swallow too much. And I think we've been duped by the idea that if we speak out, that there's instantly going to be a fight. There doesn't have to be. We can have civil conversations about things. We can have civil conversations and disagree in every fucking way about everything. And you and I, we could still go have a beer and have dinner. You know? Have a fucking brownie. There doesn't even need to be weed in it. I love all chocolate things. They're yummy. You know, we could hang out and have a fucking venomous debate of truth. And we could still sit down after that and have a drink and everything's cool. If you don't drink, I hope you don't mind me drinking. I'd rather have a beer. You can have a tea, you have water, whatever makes you happy. But we've been duped into this idea that we can't get along. If there's one thing I've learned in my whole fucking life after living in a bunch of places around the world and traveling the world, we're actually not that fucking different at the end of the day. And what difference is there is usually actually a beautiful thing when we like learn to work together. And we all have the same human condition, the same human heart, the human experience. It doesn't matter which superstition we are or what we are sexually attracted or romantically attracted to, unless it's something fucked up like kids, and like fuck off with that shit. But in general, like, we're human fucking beings. We all experience loss, heartbreak, joy, laughter, light, happiness, dark. If we can learn to connect through that human heart, I think we could learn to love the differences and see how we're a diversified team. Think of it like a video game, man. If you got a bunch of motherfuckers with a bunch of different skills, a bunch of different ways, man, like you got to go to battle on that field in that video game. Like, man, you got a bunch of different motherfuckers to do a bunch of different shit. You gonna win. Why can't we start treating our own society like that? As infantile and silly as that seems, I mean, if that's what is required, let's treat it like a video game. Let's diversify our battle force. Anyway, just some stoned musings of a man who's drinking a Bud Light. I wouldn't even say the far left is being controlled, other than they're being controlled by their own stupidity. And we all are guilty of that stupidity. We are the human race. We don't do moderation very well. Except for the French, when it comes to their diet anyway. Good job, France. You know, we are great at having good ideas that make sense and then cranking them up and fucking them up, or taking it too far, or just doing it wrong. Look at communism. On paper, it works great. And if properly done, it probably would work okay too. But so does democracy. Look at democracy. On paper, it fucking makes a lot of sense. And in basic practice, it makes sense. But then all this other stupid crap comes along, goes away, and that fucks it up. Do you know what I mean? So I think one of the things for we the people, the Canadians, the Americans, the Europeans, all peoples of the world, all continents, all countries, all human beings, to come together is we need to, I think, learn just to be aware again. I think that's something has been partly attributed to how quickly the internet's grown in everyone as well. One second. Fuck, that distracted me. What was his name? Shit, I lost my pace on that one. 0379, Joshua, I'm definitely not Duck Dynasty, thank you. I grew up in the cities. I live in the bush now, but I didn't grow up that way. This is a Pot Squatch episode. I love beer, and people don't have to love beer. You know what I mean? Dank knowledge. All substance with no facts. Well, at the end of the day, when has an idea ever been about necessarily an initial fact? An idea can utilize facts if we're talking about something that requires facts. But when we're talking about an organic understanding, which is individual human condition when combined into the big pack mentality sociological concept, which is the world existing right now, right? We're not talking about something that's a quantifiable thing here. We're talking about new ideas right now. We're talking about possible ways for us all to get along and work on shit. Like, let's not sit here about, oh, well, quantifiable facts of this, that. How about we just have a dream? Why can't we sit here as a group of individuals, enjoy a laugh as a joke, and a dream? Dreams aren't regulated by laws, rules, or facts. Dreams come from imagination and creativity. And the forward movement of anything in terms of how our people has worked, at least the good shit, or the bad shit even half the time, came from a dream. Wasn't based off of this or that. So I think what we're doing right now is we're just having a nice conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? So, oh, I know, Bruno. It's not untrue what you're saying. It's why I'm on a stubborn mission to keep talking. They won't be able to shut me up. Well, they could probably kill me, to be fair. That's a doable thing. I am a human being. But other than that, 379 Joshua, the red phone does still work. It's not wired to a line at the moment where it is. It was brand new. Found in an old storage unit when I used to work maintenance for a hotel. Oh, shit. No, 379 Joshua. We actually covered this earlier in the live stream. The bat phone's a little bit bigger. It has the emblem. They only gave me a smaller, blank one, but pot squatch phone. He called me in for the real emergencies, but he got all the, fucking paper time. What a dick. Hashtag fuck. Freedom grower during flowering. Probably wouldn't drop them more than 6 or 7. Or what am I talking about? Wouldn't drop them lower than probably 10 or 11. But that last week, I dropped them right close. Down to about 4 to 8. Yeah, well, I won't lie to you, 379 Joshua. There was a glass case, but well, I tripped into it and broke it. Phone survived, case didn't. Ah, shit. Bogdan Oltian. We can get into that, but we can't do it right now. We're almost at 3 hours. My phone's at 3%. And I've realized that the initial just closing of the processing of this alone is going to really kill that little bit of power that I have on there to get in. So, my friends, I just want to say thank you for tuning into Pot Squatch Growers. This has been an amazing live stream. You're all fucking wonderful. You, the Pot Squatch Growers people around the world. Thank you for tuning in and all the love and support and the community we've built together. If you want to support the channel, feel free to go to potsquatchgrowers.com to get all your swag needs. That's where you get your swag, your merch, and soon garden supply and all that crap. And that's how you support the channel, as well as we have released on Grow Lights in partnership with Soul Strip. So check that out and keep it sexy, my friends. And it's been a good fucking stream, everybody. Oh shit, almost a 3-hour stream, and it's been, as always, absolutely wonderful. And I love all you. And I'll probably see you tomorrow in some form or fashion. Peace and love, everybody. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to learn.